All the Vikings at home against the Chicago Bears. NFC North Division here on ESPN.
Two men hunting. Their eyes focused on each other. Dante Culpepper, a Viking determined to be the hunter, not the hunted. Brian Urlacher, a bear in relentless pursuit.
Chicago Bears got a killer on the other side.
Oh, here he comes.
He's trying to get away from me. I'm trying to get after him.
I always know where he is, all the time.
If he knows I'm blitzing, he'll look at me and give me a little nod or a smile.
I always smile at him, let him know that I'm coming for him.
Dante's definitely the strongest quarterback in the NFL.
I'm putting pressure on the defense at all times.
Makes people miss all the time.
They're never putting the pressure on me.
Backing down. I'm trying to put my helmet right in the middle of his back.
He ain't backing down.
I want to hit him as hard as I can. So I guess we're gonna go at it.
Nothing else needs to be said.
If you want big, Brian Urlacher is the all-pro middle linebacker for the Chicago Bears. It doesn't get any bigger than that in the NFL. And quarterbacks don't get any bigger than Dante Culpepper at 265. He's bigger than Urlacher. He can hurt you with his arm, but he can literally hurt you with that body. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mike Patrick. It's great to have you with us. The Vikings got their biggest win under Mike Tice a week ago, intercepting Brett Favre 4 times and beating the Packers at Lambeau Field. It was a nice start for Minnesota. It was a hideous start for the Bears. That 49-7 loss in San Francisco was the worst opening day loss in franchise history. The injured offensive line was a sieve. Cordell Stewart had to run for his life, and he threw 34 passes for 95 yards. Joe, 34 passes, 95 yards. You can't win that way.
Well, Mike, you can't, but you can't blame Cordell either for everything. After all, it's only his 6th new system in 9 years. The man's constantly adjusting and changing. Tonight, he has to be the guy that they wanted. The guy that the Bears went out and got was a guy that could run with the football as well as make plays with his legs. Tonight, Cordell Stewart must be slashed once again. As far as the Minnesota Vikings go, Dante Culpepper has worked so hard in the offseason on patience, through training camp in patience. Last week against the Packers, patience. Tonight, expect the Bears to take away Randy Moss and make Dante Culpepper be a patient quarterback. I believe that the best 2 runners on the field tonight probably going to be the quarterbacks.
All right, thanks, Joe. And when Dante Culpepper does run tonight, the man spying him will be the middle linebacker, Brian Urlacher. And, Paul, I know how much you like this kid.
Well, Mike, in the 43 years I've been around the National Football League, I've seen him played against some of the best middle linebackers in the game. Brian Urlacher is off the charts. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, and when he hits you, he thinks he should knock you out. I asked Randy Moss the other day, I said, are you aware of Urlacher being out there in the wide receiver position? He said, are you kidding me? He says, our entire offense is aware of where Urlacher is. Amazing thing about this young man. In college, he never played linebacker. He was a safety. His first 3 years with the Bears, he went to the Pro Bowl. He says, I'm learning every day. When he figures it out, look out.
All right, thank you, Paul. When we come back, Susie Colbert joins us to talk about the brilliant Minnesota receiver, Randy Moss.
When Jeff and Sharon's baby arrived, they knew their needs would change overnight.
We need a bigger house, maybe a minivan. And what about college?
What they didn't know was I could help.
Now the same State Farm agent who helped you plan for just in case can help you with what could be. With auto loans, mortgages, even college funding.
Minivan.
For help with banking, insurance, and investing, talk to your agent today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
How about something with a pool?
A hunting lodge. Kids will love that. How about something with a pool?
Lots of photos. Another way Expedia helps you find the hotel that's right for you.
Expedia.com.
Are you up for a challenge? Then log on to ESPN.com, keyword Porsche, and take the Porsche Performance Challenge. You could win a trip to Houston to celebrate the big game and have lunch with a football legend. Welcome back to the Metrodome for the Bears and the Vikings. In his first 5 years, Randy Moss has put up numbers worthy of the Hall of Fame. More catches and yards than anyone who ever played, and second only to Jerry Rice in touchdowns. Susie, what can we expect in year 6?
Well, Mike, the sky is the limit when you consider that on top of all that natural ability, he improved his work ethic. He got stronger in the offseason. He's studying more. He's even teaching the young guys a thing or two. But despite all of that, he won't admit that he's more mature.
I'm doing the same things I've been doing since my rookie year. I'm going to say what I want to say. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to play when I want to play. So, you know, it's really not maturity. It's just, you know, I've been the same guy since I've been here. So I don't think I'm more mature. I think that if it's one thing I could say is I'm more determined to go out here and make it happen for my teammates to try to win a Super Bowl, since this is my 6th season.
That newfound responsibility to his team and even the game is a scary prospect for opponents. The Bears were adamant when we met with them yesterday. Shutting down the Vikes starts with 84. Problem is, the double team is second nature to Moss. But the Bears counter, they'll know where he is, be physical with him, and above all, Mike, won't let him get behind them.
Easier to say it than do it, Susie. Visa presents ESPN Skycam, innovative technology on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. Skycam provides some of the most unique and memorable images ever seen from angles no other single camera in the world can achieve. We're excited to bring it to you every Sunday night. Chris Hovan wired for Sunday Night Football when we come back. The Bears and the Vikings.
Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing, man. Let's at the tempo. Need some sex. Sunday night, man. Players come on Sunday night.
Phil Mickelson.
Hi, I'd like to get a tea time.
I'm sorry, we don't have any.
Tomorrow?
No.
Next day?
All booked.
How about midweek?
Afraid not. Mr. Willard, have a great round.
Join the many investors off to play at some of the best golf courses in the country. Make qualifying deposit and receive up to 4 rounds of golf. Call 1-888-8-SCHWAB.
Anything on the 23rd?
No.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
A sold-out Metrodome is rocking for Sunday Night Football, the black and blue division, the Bears and the Vikings.
You know, this is one of those games, Joe, that, you know, I don't care how bad a team was last week. When these two teams hook up, anything can happen.
It's the AFC North. You just don't know. Of course, Detroit tried to disprove that theory today against Green Bay. They fell back into old ways.
Paul Ettinger has it teed up at the 30. That's John Avery deep with Keenan Howery, number 82, to receive the opening kickoff. There is so much excitement in Minnesota after that opening day win at Green Bay.
And I see a different quarterback in Dante Culpepper. He's a more controlled quarterback.
And we are underway from the Metrodome. Avery from the 10. Nice return. Avery across the 40, the 44-yard line. Mike Green had to make a saving tackle after a return of 34. Dante Culpepper, who threw for 195 yards last week, most of them to Randy Moss. Had 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. He did have 2 fumbles, which has been a major concern throughout his career. Mo Williams, the starting running back, in place of the injured Michael Bennett, who may not be back until November, if then. Culpepper on first down, pump fake, going deep. Caught inside the 4-yard line.
Oh, isn't that
Kelly
unbelievable?
Campbell wide open.
Well, what happens is everybody talks about Randy Moss this and Randy Moss that. Dante Culpepper pumps to Randy Moss in the middle of the football field, and Kelly Campbell just flies down the field. He's a little guy. Watch what Dante does. Pump a little left. There you go. Now throw it as far as you can. And Kelly Campbell does a nice job of just catching the football. Just catches the ball, stays in bounds. First and goal for the Vikings.
Mike Brown, the safety, was beaten, couldn't catch up. And there may be a challenge from the Bears, hoping that Campbell was out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you, Campbell had both feet down, and not only that, he cradled the ball. The ball was in his stomach.
He didn't think that his left foot was inbounds. Watch his left foot when he lands.
And he's got the ball, and his heel was inbounds.
Absolutely.
This is an outstanding catch and outstanding concentration. He knows he's close to the sideline. Watch his heel, his left foot. The heel down, inbounds.
And look at how he cradles the football, knowing what the rule is that you have to have possession when you land. Watch again. Focus on his left heel. That's what I think the Bears are questioning. Right foot down, left foot down, it's good, and then cradle the football.
Second-year receiver out of Georgia Tech, and say the only thing that limits him from being a star is his lack of size. He's 5'10", 173, but he has a lot of quickness. He is very smooth.
Had one catch last week. Now, with the 2 catches, this ought to jump his average just a little bit above 8 yards of reception.
It will. That was 51, and this is not going to help the Chicago Bears. First play, you get hit with a 51-yard shot. Now you're going to use up one of your 2 challenges, and it's going to cost you a timeout.
Well, the most amazing thing about that play was when we were looking at Dante Culpepper from the back, and when you said, Joe, he faked to his left to Randy Moss. As soon as he did that, there were 3 white shirts on Randy Moss. If you take a look, Randy Moss, he pumps over here, and then he lets it go. Now, there was only one guy out there on Kelly Campbell.
Now, the other thing it does, so you understand the sequence, this offensive line of the Minnesota.
Inbounds, hit the ground, maintain possession, first down, catch on the sideline, first down.
The Minnesota Vikings offensive line is so big, it allows Dante Culpepper to hold the ball just that little bit longer to be able to pump fake and get the ball down the field.
They got Mike Rosenthal from the New York Giants. He was the biggest lineman they had. He's the smallest lineman the Vikings had.
Watch the pump. There it is right there. Now come back and just throw it as far as you can. Good job by the O-line giving him time.
So the Bears lose a timeout, and one of their challenges, it's still first and goal for the Vikings. Mo Williams to the 1.
I hate to harp on it, but when you have an offensive line that averages 330 and you get down around the goal line, you just have to figure they're going to pound it. Mo Williams, I mean, just absolutely had 11 touchdowns last year. A lot of them came inside the 5-yard line.
We talked to Bryant McKinney, the left tackle, the other day. He had to duck to get through the door. 2 plays, touchdown, Mo Williams. 6-0 Minnesota.
You know, I totally agree with Joe. When you have a football team that's this big and you get the ball inside the 10, as big as these guys are, you don't even have to really think about passing anymore. It's all running the ball downhill because all these guys do is run downhill. Look at that, straight up the middle, right over the center, Matt Burke, and that's a touchdown.
I mean, they pushed Brian Robinson and Keith Traylor right back into the end zone.
3 plays, 56 yards in a minute and 3. And did anybody mention it was important for the Chicago Bears to get off to a good start after what happened to them last week? This is not a good start. 7-0 Minnesota, the big play. A great pass to Kelly Campbell, the second-year wide receiver out of Georgia Tech. 51 yards.
The average driver only needs a fraction of the power. The average driver only needs a fraction of the agility. the average driver only needs a fraction of the braking power. But we thought you'd want it all. The new BMW 5 Series, the ultimate driving machine.
Unlike watery tasting light beer, Amstel Light makes your mouth water. Amstel Light, the beer drinker's light beer.
Coming to UPN, a comedy from executive producers Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith.
Tia is going to be my wife, and you're going to have to get used to that. Niecy is the mother of my son, and you're going to have to get used to that. I'm about to be in hell for the rest of my life, and I'm going to have to get used to that.
Welcome to the real world of today's American family.
Tia loves you. Am I missing something here, or are you just stupid?
I'm scared.
What the hell are you scared of?
You right now?
All of Us premieres only on UPN.
With today's fashions, if you're going to drink, drink responsibly. Great tasting, low-calorie, low-carb Amstel Light, the beer drinker's light beer.
A strongman, a hunter, a soldier, a weekend warrior, fighting nature.
I don't cry at all.
And fighting each other.
I vote to expel Chuck.
The Wild Rules, Monday nights at 9 on ESPN. Presented by Citgo.
That was about as efficient as it gets. 56 yards in a minute 3. Aaron Elling to kick to Ahmad Merritt. Merritt from the 8. Behind the wedge. Nice return for Ahmad Merritt. Out to the 44-yard line. Ron Israel with the tackle. The Bears have a decimated offensive line. Center Olin Kreutz is the only one left standing, and it's only week 2 of the season. Marty Booker, the Pro Bowl wide receiver, is Chicago's best hope for big plays. In the last 2 years, he's caught 197 passes. Cordell Stewart is only 2 years removed from the Pro Bowl. Last season, he lost his job with the Steelers. Last week, he struggled against the 49ers and could sue for lack of support.
Chris Hovan looked around. He wanted to say, hey, where's the football? They forgot to bring a ball out.
You need a ball. Anthony Thomas, the A-train, the deep man in the eye. They really want to establish him. And crosses the 45 to about the 46. Chris Hovan is the emotional leader of a Viking defense that should be vastly improved from a year ago. The linebackers were bolstered by the free agent acquisition of Chris Claiborne, who led the Lions in tackles the last 2 years. Safety Corey Chavis was the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. 2 interceptions against Brett Favre. He's trying to play tonight with a badly sprained MCL. Thomas, nice hole. Nice move by Thomas, 40. 30, makes another man miss to the 20. Gain of 34 for the A-train.
Michael, one of the things, in a game, when we talk to Chicago, it is imperative, and we say it about a lot of teams, you have to run the football. This team, in order to stay in it, has to run. Look at this. Beekert, if he doesn't get downfield, it's a touchdown. That is great blocking at the line of scrimmage for a makeshift offensive line.
Watch the move he puts on Corey Chavis, number 21. He gets through the hole, shifts the ball to protect it from the pursuit.
1st and 10, Bears back to the eye. Play action, Cordell Stewart, quarterback draw, nothing.
See, I have a problem with that play. You have a running play.
So do they.
You fake the run, and then you turn around and you run the quarterback basically behind where the run is. All you're doing is attracting people. If you're going to do it, fake the run and then run a bootleg. Go away from people. I watched this on the film against the 49ers, and I just don't understand the foundation of the philosophy behind it.
Neither does Cordell.
2nd and 10 for the Bears. Thomas stacked up at the line of scrimmage. This run defense for Minnesota gave up only 62 yards a week ago.
We talked about the size of the Minnesota Viking offensive line. Mike Gandy, the Bears left tackle, is 325. Steve Edwards is 340 to guard. And at right tackle, really making a comeback in football, is Aaron Gibson, number 1 pick of the Detroit Lions, number 78. He's down. He's lost 70 pounds, and he's down to 375.
Well, if you want to show a close-up picture, I'll show you where it is. if he lost 70, it's still there.
It's hidden.
That's defense offside.
No, it's not. It's going to be on offense. They're going to call it on Mike Gandy.
False start. Offense, number 69. 5 yards.
I'll tell you, Kenny Mixon, it just, you know, from up here, it looked like he was across the line of scrimmage. And once he starts, but was it Gandy? Does he move?
He's leaning.
He leans.
See him leaning? See that heel go up?
Last week, we were in the loudest outdoor stadium in the league at Tennessee. This is the loudest place there is.
And how many problems did Barry Sims have, the left tackle of the Raiders? First 4 possessions, 4 movement penalties.
Rabi Abdullah, number 27, is in. David Terrell is in as an additional wide receiver. And Cordell will have to take a timeout. .10:44 to go, first quarter from Minnesota, where the Vikings lead at 7-0.
Jim Brewer, heavy metal comedy.
You got a full-blown party going on. Ma, nobody's gonna drink tonight, all right?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little you.
Oh, we got a situation in here. Come on, man. We won't start no trouble.
First time on television.
Oh, this is a nightmare. Grab onto the rail!
When rock and comedy collide, you'll get Jim Brewer, heavy metal comedy.
This is a direct response ad. In just 30 seconds, I'm going to tell you about a great product at a great price, and then you're going to pick up the phone and call. Here we go. The Star Super Pack. It's 8 great movie channels with over 400 different movie choices a month. $11.99 or less a month. 1-800-333-DISH. So pick up the phone and get the Star Super Pack, because we've got new hit movies like Red Dragon, The Emperor's Club, and 8 Mile. They're only on Stars. Call now, 1-800-333-DISH, and ask for Stars. That's it, 30 seconds. All right.
Playing this month on Dish On Demand pay-per-view.
How am I gonna find you?
I'll find you.
Daredevil.
You know I'm innocent.
No, I don't.
Why make it look like a murder? Why frame an innocent man?
The life of David Gale.
My sister followed the murderer to London.
This country blows.
Shanghai Nights. Take a break from routine TV. Order a pay-per-view movie from Dish On Demand.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving machine. Olive Garden, where great Italian food tells you when you're here, you're family. And Prevacid. Ask your doctor if prescription Prevacid is right for you.
Land of 10,000 lakes, where fishing is one of the favorite pastimes. So is pro football, as the Vikings lead at 7-0, 3rd and 14 from the Bears, who have yet to throw a pass in this game. Four-man rush. Cordell throws incomplete, intended for Marty Booker, but well short of it.
You know, when you look at that play that was just called, they put Desmond Clark in motion, but then they bring him back, Joe, as a tight end, to block in the backfield. So basically, you don't have but 2 guys out in the pattern, and he can't get the ball there. They need to get max protection. That's the only way they can do it.
Exactly. It's the only way Cordell has enough time. But I can tell you right now, Cordell Stewart's going to have to throw the football better, or he may not finish this football game. I wouldn't be surprised if Cordell struggles that we see Chris Chandler sometime tonight.
Here's Paul Edinger, who always looks like he's ready to lead before he kicks. But that's normally the result, one of the most accurate kickers in football. And Edinger puts the Bears on the board. That's his first field goal of the ball game, and that score set up by the A-Train Anthony Thomas, who gave them the big run they needed to get in scoring territory.
W5 Series. The ultimate driving machine.
The one and only Dockers Stain Defender.
It's a spectacular. It's an extravaganza. It's NFL football on parade.
When's the last time you had cotton candy? This is great. Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by Old Spice. Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
10:35 to go first quarter. We've already had a touchdown and a field goal. The Vikings lead the Bears 7-3 from the Metrodome in beautiful Minneapolis. Paul Edinger to kick it away to Avery and Howery again. Avery, a nice return to open the ball game. Another short kick, and they'll take this at the 12. Little seam up the middle for Avery, who has played for every imaginable league. He's up to the 36. The Vikings, with that huge offensive line, Mike Tice says moving Chris Lewinsky to left guard makes him the best player they have up front. All-world wide receiver Randy Moss is off to a great start. 9 catches, 150 yards in the opener. The 9th time in his career over that mark. And Dante Culpepper got off to a good start, too, throwing no interceptions and hitting 3 touchdown passes in the win over Green Bay. And Ontario Smith, the rookie out of Oregon, is in for the first time. Culpepper to throw. Excellent protection. Out in the flat, that's Ontario Smith, taken out of bounds by Azuma, gained nearly 10. On defense for the Bears, second-year end Alex Brown is being counted on for a pass rush. He had some big-time numbers in college. Brian Urlacher is simply one of the best, only the 4th Bear to make the Pro Bowl his first 3 years. The others are in the Hall of Fame. In the secondary, Mike Brown is a big play guy at safety and coming off a career high in tackles last season. Nate Burleson, number 81, has come in as a wide receiver. He's the man in motion. Ontario Smith, big hole off the right side to the 41. R.W. McQuarters had to make the tackle in the secondary.
And the Vikings are counting on Ontario Smith to pick up where Michael Bennett left off last year. Michael Bennett's out for probably half the season. They liked Ontario Smith so much, took him in the 4th round out of Oregon. Young kid, didn't play last week. Mike Tice did not want to play him in Lambeau Field. He felt it was too big for the rookie, but he wanted him to start playing tonight.
And they went into this game with only 3 running backs, so they're really healthy.
Mo Williams back in there now. This is Kleinsasser in motion. And Mo Williams will get a carry. Dances to the outside. And they are just gashing the Bears at every opportunity.
What they're doing against the Chicago Bears, they're really basically not pulling anybody. They're going straight at the Bears. It's almost like area blocking. If you take a look at this pit, you won't really see anybody. Look at all the blue shirts or purple shirts, but they all just go straight ahead. Now, all the running back has to do, Mo Williams, is just wait, sees the opening to the outside, and just slip out.
And boy, are they moving that line.
It's a human wave.
Yep,
That's all it is. Just one big human purple wave.
And as long as they do that way, they don't have to worry about pulling anybody.
2nd and a yard. Take the draw play. Culpepper. McQuarters, nice job, goes for the ankles and cuts him down. Let's check in with Susie Colbert.
Mike Tice believes that the biggest difference in Culpepper from last year to this year is his mental outlook. He knew he had the talent, but now there's a stronger belief in the offensive system and a trust. Dante put the time in the classroom, and he understands his protections, how a defense will try to attack, and he bought into not trying to hold the ball too long. Last year, he was inclined to force things. Not anymore.
Susie, they said the most excited they were last week. He threw a pass away without trying to make a play. They love to see that. Ontario Smith. Another gaping hole right behind Kleinsasser. Down to the 15, and they are making this look easy.
Michael, they've played 7.5 minutes and haven't even, other than looking at Randy Moss. They haven't even thrown to him. Here's Kleinsasser, number 40. He is a tight end and playing in the fullback slot. Look at this. Ontario Smith grabs onto his shirt and just follows him right through the hole.
A great shot from Skycam. Here you see it coming at you. He said, I'm going to ride you, big fella. Just get out of their way. Look at him. Kleinsasser's knocking linebackers out of the way. Defensive back.
The shortest gain they've had was the touchdown run. Culpepper sitting in the pocket and throws that one behind Mo Williams. Had him at the 10.
Yeah. He had caught that one. Urlacher would have had him at the 9.
You bring up a really interesting point about Randy Moss. There are some superstars in this league at wide receiver who, no matter what the team is doing, whether it's successful or not, they have to have the football. I know that Randy said when Susie was talking to him earlier that I'm not as mature. I don't think it's maturity. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
If they're winning and moving the football, Randy Moss is happy to be a decoy.
3rd and 1, Culpepper will go to the shotgun.
This is where Culpepper's legs become so dangerous.
Out in the flat to Moss. Well, that time 3 guys didn't cover him.
Well, you know, I'll tell you the nice thing about Randy Moss is, I mean, he could have gotten out of bounds. He's not the biggest guy on this football field. He could have gotten out of bounds. He's in the slot. He just slips out to the outside. Watch this. He's going to turn this baby back up inside right into the Bears and pick up another 3 yards. That is kind of neat. Look at this. He can get out of bounds right here. That's about as far as you're going to go. He didn't think so. Watch this. Back inside and picks up 3 yards.
Nicely designed play as Burleson picked off the defenders. Smith is back in on 1st and goal. Culpepper pump fake. Now in trouble. Fumble. Still loose.
How could you try to pick the ball up? Fall on the football.
And the Bears have it.
Dante Culpepper tried to get too cute. He tried to go for what Scott Linehan, the offensive coordinator, calls a box score play. That means get yourself up on the box scores. Watch to the left. He pumps. Now throw it away. There are people coming. He's waiting for Randy to get open. There's got to be a clock in the quarterback's head. As soon as that clock ticks down, it's got to be 1 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000. Get out of there.
I'm a player in the National Football League, but that is not who I am. I'm a member of a community dedicated to making a difference in people's lives.
I'm a player in the National Football League.
Hey, did you know you can pay your Dish Network bill right on your TV? Just tune to Dish Home Interactive TV on Channel 100 and select Customer Service. Then, with a phone line connected, simply and securely pay your Dish Network bill. It's so easy and convenient. No stamps needed, no checks to write. Say goodbye to paperwork. So sit back and simplify your life from the comfort of your couch. Pay your bill and more. It's an all-new way to use your TV. It's Customer Service on Dish Home Interactive TV.
Boy, I hope Roger found enough firewood. Yeah, I want to make s'mores. Hey, guys, I gathered the wood and made a fire. Oh, yeah, and I built a shelter.
Even as a kid, I believed in giving people a little more than they expected. I'm Roger Riney. I started Scottrade to take care of online investors like nobody else. With $7 trades, no inactivity fees, and personal attention at your local office. Click, call, or stop by Scottrade today.
Playing this month on Dish On Demand pay-per-view.
How am I going to find you?
I'll find you.
Daredevil.
You know I'm innocent.
No, I don't.
Why make it look like a murder? Why frame an innocent man?
The life of David Gale.
My sister followed the murderer to London.
This country blows.
Shanghai Nights. Take a break from routine TV. Order a pay-per-view movie from Dish On Demand.
Fumbles have been the downside for Dante Culpepper. That was his 54th in 46 games. The only player in NFL history who has averaged more than 1 fumble a game, and they were on the doorstep of scoring again.
Trying to make too much. There's got to be a clock that goes off for you in the red area.
The Bears, courtesy of Philip Daniels stripping the ball, will start it off with Thomas. And he's stopped by the middle linebacker, Greg Beaker.
This is what happened. Randy Moss is here. That's Jerry Azuma. That's Mike Brown. Moss is going to try and run down inside. You're going to see Culpepper. What he's going to do is he's going to stare down Randy. And then what's going to happen is Philip Daniels is going to come and take him out. Set, get rid of the ball. You can't double clutch down around the goal line. Because what you're doing is you're asking your offensive line to block quickly, which means you have to get rid of the ball quickly.
And forever.
Out of the eye, 2nd and 6. Stewart, the quick out, completes it to Booker, and Booker up to the 32. He has the first down. The first completion of the night for Cordell Stewart, the first catch for Marty Booker.
Marty Booker, Dick Duron said to us when we sat down and asked him about Marty Booker, he said, this guy is really a good player. He's a great player. And here's a guy they got to get the ball to if they want to move it by air. And Marty Booker has got just great hands, great moves, and he knows how to get open.
97 catches last year, 100 catches the year before, breaking the long-standing record set by Johnny Morris. Thomas. The Bears know tonight with that patchwork offensive line, they must run the football, and that means it's Thomas.
We talked to Dick Duron last night. He said that the strength of our football team was running the ball up the middle. Then all of a sudden they lose their guards. They lose Rex Tucker. Then all of a sudden you lose Chris Valerio. Now all of a sudden you say, oh my gosh, we have to abandon it. No, they've gone right back to what they practiced and did well. Other guys have to step in. I think the pickup of Corbin Lucina, who was here in Minnesota a year ago, is a big plus for the Bears at the right guard position.
2nd and 10. Rabi Abdullah is in as the running back. Cordell Stewart plan draw. And waiting for him, Lance Johnstone, and got a lot of help.
You know, it's very difficult to be a runner as a quarterback when you really are the marked man. Culpepper's got a whole lot of people he can throw the ball to, and a whole lot of things he can do. Cordell Stewart doesn't have that, and he doesn't have an offensive line that can block very long. And look what happens. Once he steps up in the middle, that's where they want him anyway, is to contain him in the middle of the field, so that's where all the purple shirts are.
3rd and 8. We have yet to see a rollout by Cordell Stewart. This time he'll go to the shotgun. Dumps it underneath, incomplete, intended for David Terrell, but threw it against his back shoulder.
That is not Cordell Stewart's strength, throwing the football over the middle. He throws it too hard. It's got to have a little touch on it. Watch the throw. He's got the hole there. Just anticipate the throw. Terrell's going to get the ever-loving nothing knocked out of him because there's a linebacker waiting in front of him, but still, you have to give him a chance to make the catch.
As in there won't be anything left when it's over?
May not be, might be 2 pieces of body.
Cordell almost knocked his shoulder pad off.
You got to throw with a little touch.
Brad Maynard will punt it, and Keenan Howery makes back at his 22. Howery hit just as he took the ball taken down inside the 20. A 47-yard kick by Maynard, and excellent coverage.
We didn't start with an economy car or a minivan or a pickup truck. We build them from scratch. The new BMW 5 Series. The ultimate driving machine.
In the red zone, the best way to defend against the play is to stop it before it starts. That's why I use new Red Zone deodorant from Old Spice. It has a new odor defense system that helps stop odor at its source before it starts. Try it. If you don't like it, Old Spice will buy you a stick or something else. Hey, it's better to be defensive than offensive. New Red Zone deodorant from Old Spice.
Introducing Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito. It's a little spicy. Taco Bell's new spicy chicken burrito, packed with shredded chicken, simmered in Mexican spices. It's tasty, filling, and only $1.29. To get your fill of this satisfying thrill, think outside the bun.
4 years ago, they made history. Now the American women take on the world. The 2003 FIFA Women's World Cup begins Sunday, September 21st at 12:30 on ABC and continues Thursday, September 25th at 7:25 on ESPN2.
Time to vote for the Sunday stud. Who had the best day in the NFL? Jamal Lewis, Patrick Ramsey, Tom Brady, Mark Bulger, Keenan McCardell. Just look at the numbers for Jamal Lewis. 295 yards on the ground. That's an NFL record. If we're not close to 100%, you're not paying attention. And the Bears defense may not be paying attention either, as Mo Williams cuts him again for 16.
It doesn't care if they don't care if they run right or they run left. That time they went behind Bryant McKinney, number 74. Alex Brown is 272. McKinney's 346. Kleinsaucer again does a nice job on Urlacher. Turns him out, makes him catch Mo Williams from behind. Excuse me.
Untouched by human hands for the first 15 yards.
That's because everybody's up around the line of scrimmage trying to make a play, and then the secondary's got to be careful of Randy.
Williams again across the 40. There's a flag down. And this one will come back on a hold. Let's go to Susie.
Well, Mike, talk about a great insurance policy. Mo Williams has kind of been the savior of this running game until Michael Bennett returns. Sure that Michael is the franchise guy, but this young group of runners needs an older vet to teach them how to play, how to win, how to be pros. And Mo told me before the game, he understands that at his age, he's not being brought in to contest the starting running back position, but he wants these guys to learn from the best as he did. Guys like Robert Smith and Leroy Horde. He's fit, he's strong, he's got good hands. He can really do just about everything. And he'll be a great addition until Bennett can come back.
You're right, Susie. And there is Michael Bennett with the foot injury. The projected date of return on him around the first week in November. And this is Mo Williams' second tour of duty. Culpepper from behind, lost it again, got it back, and now is buried back at the 19-yard line. Alex Brown came from behind, knocked it away, and it was nearly another turnover.
Now, this is Alex Brown, but what has happened is Culpepper, you know, you can get too confident with your offensive line, and that's exactly what he's doing. Look at Culpepper's just standing there holding the ball, and look what Brown does. Not only does he knock the ball down, but he hangs on to Culpepper until Urlacher can get there.
Even if you have a big offensive line, you still have to have a rhythm passing game, and that means when the back foot hits, the ball's got to come out.
Alex Brown, the three-time All-American in Florida, had 33 sacks in his career. Draw play, Williams up to the 25.
Urlacher has, we talked about him in the beginning, but he's been quiet. And one of the reasons he's quiet is because look at this offensive line. They're not pulling anybody. What they're doing is they're getting big man on the little man. When I say the little man, he's about 255, 260, but they're putting 300-pounders on him, and he can't see around him, and he can't shed him. That was Burke, Matt Burke, the center, number 78 on. And when you get Burke in your face, as big as he is, you can't see around these people.
Ted Washington was one of the tackles a year ago. He kept people off of Urlacher, and he set a club record for tackles. Culpepper pump fake, trying to set up a screen, and a great job by Alex Brown. He sniffed it out, got right on the receiver, and would not let him go.
And a great job by Dante Culpepper.
Yes, it was.
Now, you might say, Joe, you're nuts. He threw it away. This is something he's been working on. He gives his team a chance to play. McKinney tries to cut him. Alex Brown doesn't buy into it. Anytime a defensive tackle that big lays down in front of you, you got to figure something's going on. And Alex Brown sniffed it out, as you said.
The rookie Eddie Johnson will punt to R.W. McQuarters as Bobby Wade lost the punt return job when he fumbled a week ago inside the 10. High snap. Got it off. Bad kick and out of bounds. Monday Night Countdown at 7:30 Eastern on ESPN. It's the best place to get ready for Monday Night Football. Then on ABC at 9. The Monday night game is Bill Parcells and the Cowboys battle Jeremy Shockey and the Giants as Parcells returns to the Meadowlands. What do you think, guys?
Well, I think that Shockey will probably walk up to him and shake hands.
I think Bill's record speaks for itself as a head coach. You look at all those wins in those Super Bowls, but I still think he's got a very young football team in Dallas, and I don't believe that he's settled on his quarterback. He's just taken the lesser of two evils at this point.
Bears take over at their own 43, back in the eye. Cordell Stewart fumbles. Thomas went after it, and either he or Cordell got it back.
That's just sloppy.
You know, other than the Thomas run, the long run, they've gained 18 yards in 9 plays. And here's the exchange. Cordell underneath the center. He looks like he has the ball. Olin Cruz looked like he wasn't going to give it to him.
The first thing you do as a quarterback, and this is for any young quarterback watching and any of you pros that think you know the game, the first thing you do is you get the snap, you get it into your gut, and get it away from all the traffic where people can hit it. You don't hang it out there like a loaf of bread for somebody to knock around.
Stewart out in the flat. Stanley Pritchett, the fullback, forced out of bounds by Beekert with 2 seconds on the first quarter clock.
Stanley Pritchett's got to understand where the sideline is. I mean, see, the reason they have those sidelines, because you're supposed to run in between them.
On the other side.
Yeah, on the other side of that deal. He caught the ball very nicely, but he ran.
It's a lot safer on the other side.
I think it is.
I don't mean to be hard on Cordell, but the fact of the matter is that he's just making mistakes that he should not be able to make. He's a better quarterback than that.
Monday Night Countdown delivered by UPS, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
It's never pretty when something's missing, like flavor from your light beer. Amstel Light, the beer drinkers like beer.
I missed my connecting flight. As I'm scrambling back to the ticket counter, I'm thinking, hey, I just signed up for Infone. So as I'm pulling my overnight bag behind me, I speed dial. Hello, Infone. Can you find me another flight home? Infone finds some options and connects me to the airline. I got one of the last seats on the plane, which I probably would have missed standing in line at the ticket counter.
Grounded? Don't just make a call. Make an Infone call. Sign up is free at infone.com.
That's a beautiful thing.
There's a fine line between pleasure and pain. Your muscles will let you know when you've crossed it. Introducing new 8-Hour from Tylenol with 2 layers. One that's fast, one that lasts. All day, 1 dose. New 8-Hour from Tylenol. Because when you push your muscles this hard, you're gonna need pain relief that lasts this long. 8-Hour. It's the new Tylenol for muscle pain.
At Amstel, we don't object to other light beers. They do serve some purpose. Great tasting, low calorie, low carb Amstel Light, the beer drinkers like beer.
2 men hunting, their eyes focused on each other. Dante Culpepper, a Viking determined to be the hunter, not the hunted. Brian Urlacher, a bear in relentless pursuit.
So far, Culpepper has 1 big pass that set up a touchdown, the game's only touchdown, and a critical fumble. Urlacher hasn't been that much of a factor because the Minnesota offensive line is driving everyone else into the secondary.
The only guy I know that can bite his nails through his glove. Now that, you got to be tough to do that.
And they're 10 penny nails, they're not fingernails.
3rd and 8 for the Bears. Vikings show blitz, and they come. This is what San Francisco did. The 49ers blitzed them unmercifully, and they never adjusted to it with that banged-up offensive line.
And I'm a little bit surprised the defensive coordinator, George O'Leary, for the Vikings hasn't come after him a little bit earlier than this.
Delay. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
That's a delay coming out of a timeout.
I don't get it. Coming out of the quarter.
15 minutes.
I mean, that's a long timeout out of the quarter.
I mean,
well, Joe, you got all these new linemen, and they got to make some calls, and they read the blitz coming.
But if you start calling the cadence, they stop talking. I mean, again, it falls on the shoulder of the quarterback. I don't care if you're new to a system or not. There are fundamental things that just aren't happening for Cordell. And 3rd and 13 is not an enviable situation.
4-man rush. Cordell with time over the middle, almost intercepted right into the stomach of Chris Claiborne, and he couldn't hold it.
Trying to get the ball to Desmond Clark, a new acquisition for him this year, number 88, the tight end. You see what Cordell sees right there. See how he tries to squeeze it in? Boy, Chris Claiborne had that one handed to him. That's an awful long way for a guy to stop and stand stationary.
Cordell so far 2 out of 5, 13 yards and 3 runs for -1. That's Keenan Howery, who waits back at his own 12 for the punt of Brad Maynard. Nice high floater. Howery. Maynard forced into the sideline, and then a flag at the end of it as Charles Tillman took him out of bounds. That may be a late hit after a 27-yard return.
Here is the end of the play. Tillman, number 33. Watch this. Is he out of bounds? He's got him here.
Face mask.
Now he's got him by the face mask and turns. It's not that he hit him out of bounds.
This
is a clean play, but he turns his head, and that's a 15-yarder.
And that's the last thing the Bears need is for special teams to put them in a hole.
One of the biggest improvements in the Minnesota Vikings football team has been the play of their special teams, and a lot of that credit goes to Rusty Tillman. Mike Tice wanted to get Rusty Tillman a year ago, couldn't get him, finally talked him into coming and coach. They've made a world of difference with the return game, with the block game, with the yards starting.
And Mike Tice played special teams for Rusty Tillman in Seattle.
He knows how good a coach he is.
Yes, he does.
You know what I can't wait on? I can't wait till we go to some cities where we see these quarterbacks that think they know football.
You mean the ones I mentioned?
The ones Joe just mentioned.
Some of them, some of the stuff I've seen in the first couple weeks of football, they missed the one, or they thought they knew the classes on one-on-one on how to handle the ball.
You know what? That goes back to the point you guys made in preseason. The starters playing so little during preseason games that they are not ready to play when the regular season
Mike,
starts.
This is a game of timing, and unless you have timing, you can't play it.
John Avery is in there as the deep man. Culpepper with a fake and goes out to Williams. Urlacher pushes him out of bounds. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, you know that the Bears are fighting for redemption tonight. Ryan Urlacher told us that last week's loss was the worst thing he's ever been associated with. High school, college, the pros, he was embarrassed, he was humiliated. If there's one bright spot, it's that it can't get any worse than that. And you know that Urlacher feels a responsibility to this franchise. In the offseason, he pretty much signed a deal for life.
Well, Susie, it's pretty tough to blame Brian Urlacher for anything that happened last week or anything that's happened so far this week. This guy's a great player. Here's Mo Williams. And he has stood up as he got to the 25. Warwick Holdman led the charge. Remember that great linebacking core they had a year ago. Roosevelt Colvin left in free agency. So you got Brian Knight in there now with Holdman and Urlacher.
And Ted Washington has wound up in New England, who was another big body. So when you had Keith Traylor at 340 at one tackle, Ted Washington at a lot of numbers at the other tackle, Brian Urlacher could roam sideline to sideline. Now
you see Keith Traylor, he's not 340, please.
341.
2nd and 10. Moss is in the slot, and he'll get the quick screen. And a perfect tackle by Mike Green. The strong safety came over.
Boy, I'll tell you what, is this I mean, you talk about textbook play by a defensive back. It can't be played any better than this. He just knew the ball was coming to Randy Moss. He made the play. He was there. Mike Green, number 43. Watch this. Catch. Gets himself in a football position. See, backs know how to play in a football position.
Absolutely. Square yourself up and make the tackle.
3rd and 11 now for Dante Culpepper and the Vikings. Well, I just don't think you want to go after Dante with Randy outside alone. Culpepper over the middle to Mo Williams. Inside the 10, first and goal.
I'll tell you what they did. Boy, they got Urlacher in a terrible position because he spies Dante Culpepper. Now he starts to move. Mo Williams, number 20, Urlacher is on him for a moment. Just take a look in front of Culpepper. You see Urlacher 54. Now he sees him. Now when Culpepper starts to move, now he's really caught. They can't come up and he can't go back.
First and goal. The Vikings have dominated, but still lead only 7-3. Mo Williams cuts it outside. Takes it to the 5.
Let me just show you what happens to Urlacher on the last play. See him now? Now he sees Mo Williams, but he also is spying on Dante Culpepper. When Dante steps up, Urlacher makes that one step forward. Once he does, Mo Williams gets behind, the ball's dumped, it's over.
When you commit a guy to spy, you basically wind up playing pass defense with one less person. And that's what Mo Williams did, was find the void.
Mo Williams was 68 yards in total offense so far in this game. Second and goal, Culpepper from the shotgun. Williams wide open to the flat, didn't see him. Now Culpepper buys time, tried to hit Moss and knocked away by Mike Brown.
I'm sorry, but Culpepper was sitting, and all of a sudden he saw Brian Urlacher coming, and he just
time to
fired.
throw it.
Oh yeah, it's time to fire.
You know,
nice play by Mike Brown.
It was, but you know, you don't know what play has been called. Scott Linehan, the offensive coordinator, may have designed the route to go someplace other than the left side of the football field, but Mo Williams goes out into the flat, and there isn't a bear within 5 yards of him, and Dante is still focusing down the field. The one area he tends to stare a little bit is in the red area.
But last week, all 3 of his touchdown passes came in that red area. Pump fake here. That one is tipped and incomplete. Jerry Azuma made the diving try for the interception. They'll have to go for field goal.
My friend in the red zone, he looked at Randy Moss the entire way. You're absolutely right.
He stays with Randy. He pumps. Watch this. He stays with Randy. He pumps to Randy. Brian Robinson gets up and swats it away. He knows this is. I give Greg Blosh, the defensive coordinator of the Bears, really has got his guys saying, look, these guys are so big up front. If you can't get there, get your hands in the air. That's great coaching.
This is Aaron Elling, the rookie place kicker from Wyoming, 3 for 3 a week ago. He has a 23-yard field goal here and converts. And the Vikings make that drive pay off with the field goal, and they lead the Bears 10-3 at home.
These everyday low fares to your favorite vacation destinations start at just $49.
You are now free to move about the country.
Somebody's got to feel this! 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 Feel this! Feel this!
Hey, you okay?
Yeah.
Life's little expenses. Another good reason to keep your car around. That's why at 75,000 miles, switch to Valvoline's Max Life. Its added ingredients help prevent wear on critical parts.
Hello, gorgeous girl.
At 75,000, time to switch to Max Life.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Southwest Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 38. Coors Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Cold, down, easy. And Porsche, for the pure sport of driving.
2.5 million people living in the Twin Cities of St. Paul and Minneapolis, separated by the Mississippi River.
Got a Super Bowl coming back here in a few years, I believe. January in Minnesota.
That Bears secondary has done a nice job so far, and Randy Moss held him to 2 catches for 7 yards. Ahmad Merritt had a nice return the last time, has another one. Across the 40 to the 43. 35-yard kickoff return for Ahmad Merritt. Can Cordell Stewart get enough time to get the Bears offense going?
It's NFL football on parade! Coming up, Dante Culpepper, Barry Sanders, Priest Holmes, Don Shula, and a whole lot more.
I love a parade.
Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by Old Spice. Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
Every Saturday night, new hit movies premiere only on Stars. Premiering this month.
You're gonna be great. I got a feeling about you.
Hello.
Hi.
Money is what life is all about. Getting it, losing it, needing it.
Premiering Saturday nights this month only on Stars. One of 8 great channels in the Stars Super Pack on Dish Network.
Hey, did you know you can pay your Dish Network bill right on your TV? Just tune to Dish Home Interactive TV on Channel 100 and select Customer Service. Then, with a phone line connected, simply and securely pay your Dish Network bill. It's so easy and convenient. No stamps needed, no checks to write. Say goodbye to paperwork. So sit back and simplify your life from the comfort of your couch. Pay your bill and more. It's an all-new way to use your TV. It's Customer Service on Dish Home Interactive TV.
Investors know the potential for profit associated with commodities trading, but you don't have to be a lifelong investor. Call right now and Roslex Financial will send you absolutely free an easy-to-understand instructional package that will answer your questions about trading commodities. Questions like, what is my investment to get started? And how do I profit from my trades? Roslex Financial is ready to help you take control of your financial future. The information is free, so call now. Futures trading is not suitable for all investors. The risk of loss can be substantial. You can potentially lose more than your initial investment.
Vikings lead at 10-3. They have been totally dominant in this ball game with 11-11 to go in the second quarter from the Metrodome, trying to go 2-0 on the Minnesota Vikings. Stewart under pressure, trying to scramble. Gets out to the 44. Chris Hovan wired for sound on Sunday night.
That's a new ink, huh? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Haven't seen you in a while. Haven't seen you in a while. I like your hair, baby. I like your hair.
Chris Hovan wired on Sunday night. I think he's wired 24 hours a day.
And 7 days a week.
Well, Corbin Messina looked at his tattoo and said, hey, new one, huh?
Got the American flag on his arm. It's a beauty, and Cordell rolls right into a blitz. Holy cow.
He rolled right into Chris Claiborne. I mean, he pump faked, made the spin, and it's like Claiborne was in the huddle, knew the play, and just buried him. I mean, this has got to be frightening for a quarterback. Watch this. He'll fake, and as soon as he turns, bam, he's already hitting down.
You know what it is? That's just a great call by George O'Leary, the defensive coordinator. He has the right call at the right time. The tight end's supposed to slam. Desmond Clark's supposed to slam and then go out into the flat. He did, and Cordell got flattened.
With the addition of Claiborne, this defense got a lot better immediately. This guy can play. He led the Lions in tackles the last 2 years, and now the Bears have to use a timeout. They have none left with 9:57 to go in the half. The Vikings dominating the game.
A friend told me about Prevacid. So I called the number and they sent me a certificate for a week's worth free.
Call today for a Prevacid free trial offer. Then ask your doctor if prescription Prevacid is right for you.
I have spent a weekend in Vegas
without a hotel room.
I have driven 150 miles
for 3 rolled tacos.
I've given a toast at a wedding
that I wasn't even invited to.
I have French kissed a French woman.
I have called shotgun 11 hours before a road trip.
I've eaten condiments as a meal.
I have dated Carmen Electra's cousin's friend's sister.
Is that cool or what? I know. It's incredible.
The 450 horsepower Porsche Cayenne Turbo. There is no substitute.
When this sexy daddy's girl from Miami wants you, you're in trouble. From Danny DeVito.
I'm a marshal. I catch the bad guys.
Easily the season's coolest new show.
There's only one way to find out.
Karen Sisco premieres ABC Wednesday, October 1st, 10, 9 Central.
Randy Moss watching his Vikings teammates on defense. He says he loves defense. He's tried to talk Mike Tyson to letting him play defense. Right now he's got to watch as the Bears face a 3rd and 16. Good protection this time for Stewart. Out in the flat to the tight end, Clark. Picks up a minimal gain, far short of the first down, knocked out of bounds by Denard Walker. But another addition to this team, as is the other corner, Ken Irvin. They really upgraded.
But that was also a good decision by Cordell Stewart. Get some positive yards. Let your punt team go out there. The defense, the Bear defense, has played really well since the initial shock of the opening play.
That's Keenan Howery as they'll punt on 4th and 4. Maynard back in the ballgame. Howery drops to his 10. Maynard had a punt blocked a week ago. They put some pressure on this time and don't get there. And another good punt. Howery, fair catch, makes it back near the 6. A 49-yard kick. Next Sunday night at 7:30 Eastern, please watch NFL Primetime. They'll catch you up on all the day's action. Then Drew Bledsoe and the Bills will go to Miami to take on Ricky Williams and the Dolphins on ESPN Sunday Night Football at 8:30. That should be a beauty as the Bills are 2-0. Bledsoe, 314 yards today. Ricky Williams broke the 100-yard mark again as the Dolphins rebound beautifully from that opening day loss. And how about those Bills? 2-0 and rolling.
I'm looking forward to these guys. That's my hometown.
I think they're the best looking team in football right now. Every unit's playing really well.
Yes, they are.
Worst field position of the game for Minnesota. And Mo Williams gets a couple.
Chicago's defense on the last drive has really frustrated Randy Moss. They get down to the red area. There's a great tackle by Mike Green. Now Mike Brown shadows him at the last minute, just gets his head around. And then the ball's batted at the line of scrimmage. Mike Green again. The safeties are doing exactly what they said they had to do. They're not letting Randy Moss get on top of him.
2 catches, only 7 yards. But we saw his presence on the pump fake on the first play. Everybody went for him, and they got 51 yards out of it. Mo Williams, after the hesitation, driving toward the first down, sticks, extra effort across the 20, and it is a first down.
Well, I'll tell you, this is Mo Williams, and Urlacher gets caught up inside. But I'll tell you one thing I do like about the Chicago Bears, this defense, in which we always have, is they'll stick you. I mean, those guys, the safeties, corners, everybody, they'll come up and put one on you.
Everybody talks about a running back using patience when to run. What Mo Williams is doing is, because that offensive line is just standing there and not pulling people, he comes up in the middle, sucks all the Bears inside, and then picks and chooses which side he wants to run to.
Mo Williams has already rushed for 51 yards. He gets a breather here as Avery comes in. Check it, it's Ontario Smith, and he'll get out to the 24-yard line. Smith, the rookie, did not play a week ago. They were not particularly pleased with his ability to pick up blitzes or run pass patterns.
And he, during a hazing period during training camp, the rookies got their head shaved. So he shaved SOD in his head, and he calls himself the steal of the draft. He's going to have 8 weeks to prove that he was a steal of the draft.
Well, there's only 3 things they want you to do, right? Catch the ball, block, and run. Right. We can't do 2 of them.
Nice fake by Culpepper, and rifles one. That's complete to Dwayne Bates.
I don't think I've ever seen a quarterback so far away from where other people are to set up to throw the football. You don't get that comfortable in 7-on-7 drills when there's nobody rushing. I mean, the fact that there's a play action fake, and Dante does a nice job of carrying the fake out, but nobody is getting any pressure on him.
And that's what you get when you run the ball 3 straight times and then set up a play action pass.
And you saw what happened when the Green Bay Packers tried to go man-to-man last week against these receivers.
Culpepper has hit 7 out of 11 for 109 so far. Plenty of time again. Culpepper dumps it off to Avery, and Avery dives out near the 50. John Avery was out of football. His first NFL action since 1999 came last week.
I want to show you how Dante Culpepper has matured. Randy Moss is going to come down and work in the middle. The back's going to check down. Watch what Dante does. Randy Moss is actually going to be open against the 2-deep zone. He's in the middle of the field. Right there. See him? Right? He's open now. Okay? And Dante checks it down.
1st and 10 from the 49. Another nice fake. This one is out to Hunter Goodwin, the tight end. And it seems the Vikings are picking up 7, 8, 9, 10 every play.
I'll tell you, this is the perfect drive for the Vikings, and they should really learn from this. You have Randy Moss, and yeah, they're going to double cover him. If they're going to do that, Dante Culpepper, you have all those other people either hand ball to or throw the ball to. It's very simple.
And the Bears have taken this approach in a couple of other drives and forced the ball out of Dante's hand. They're making him earn every yard.
And this is their 4th time across the 50. They've still only scored 10 points. They're keeping the Bears in this game. And about 3 or 4 from Mo Williams. That will be a 1st down. Michael Haynes made the tackle, the rookie out of Penn State.
Oh, you know, you just got to love the way the Minnesota Vikings are using their offensive line. They're putting big man on big man, and they got one extra big man that they end up putting on Urlacher. And all they're doing is just moving. They're moving the defensive line backwards.
Well, Mike Tice said when he went and got Mike Rosenthal, their right tackle from the Giants, he's at 313, and he is the lightest member of that offensive line.
He's the little guy.
Yeah.
Nice blitz pickup by Mo Williams. Then Culpepper gets caught in the pocket. Now he takes off and got down before Warwick Holdman got him.
You mentioned it. Paul, you mentioned it. A running back does 3 things. He runs, he catches, and blocks.
Well, Mo Williams just shows you how great it is to block. Look at this. Number 20 is Mo Williams. Look at this block. Now, he's a guy that really allows Culpepper to step up inside.
That's against a 238-pound linebacker with a running start, Brian Knight.
Stays right. Look where his chest, look where his helmet is. Right in the middle of his chest.
59-yard drive on 8 plays so far. The clock down to 3:33. Bears come with a blitz again. Culpepper runs away from it. Then throws behind Burleson. There is a flag down.
We just saw Mo Williams on one linebacker on Brian Knight. How about this on Urlacher? Watch this, folks.
Mike Carey, one of the best, our referee tonight.
Personal foul, face mask. Okay, Mo Williams, number 20, on number 54, Brian Urlacher. Watch this. Bang! Oh, how's that?
Jeez.
Is that taking him off the ground? Thank you. Here it comes. Up close and personal, folks. Step up, Mo. Bing! Boy, does he get himself, he gets himself lowered, and then he just uncoils.
That's
right
a textbook.
in his face.
He's standing on the tracks when the train is coming.
That's right. Hey, someone forgot to tell Mo.
Well, Mike Tice really wanted him when he got let go in Baltimore. He wanted him back here. This was he felt it was very important to get him back on this football team because he is the elder statesman now in the backfield and can teach these guys a lot.
He's teaching the defense a lot.
Teach them how to block, too. The Bears defensively on the last 2 plays decided they wanted to come at Culpepper a little bit more, taking a chance at blitzing.
Well, the base defense wasn't working real well.
And the blitzing defense isn't working very well.
Williams, the single setback. First down inside the 20. Moss on the reverse. Culpepper in front. Culpepper out there to throw a block, and Moss inside the 10. Close to another first down.
And now, see, Culpepper is maturing. He didn't go down there and waste himself. Dante Culpepper is now matured enough to say, hey, Randy, you want to get this, get it all by yourself. Here it comes. Culpepper's going to get out in front of him. Watch Culpepper lay this block out. Way to go, Dante.
Well, he was expecting him to cut back.
Get out of here.
If he cuts back, he's going to, he's going to throw the block. He'll throw his body at that.
No, he isn't, and he shouldn't.
Minnesota has already racked up 224 yards in total offense to the Bears' 60. Mo Williams down to about the 3. Dick Duran saw his team self-destruct a week ago. The injuries decimated that line, and when that happens, very few ways to go coming off of an injury-riddled year a season ago. Mike Tice says he's going back to being Mike Tice. He said he wanted everybody to like him, the coaches, the players. He said, then I remembered the coaches didn't like me when I was an assistant, so I'm going back to being me. Culpepper on the option.
There's Brian Urlacher. Has a chance to be able to come down the line. He's going to let the guys up front take the quarterback. Now he delivers the blow. This is the speed of the middle linebacker. All right, the ball's pitched. He's outside. Mo Williams trying to get outside. I'm sorry, Mo, not this time. I'm here to deliver the blow.
4 years ago, they made history. Now the American women take on the world. The 2003 FIFA Women's World Cup begins Sunday, September 21st at 12:30 on ABC and continues Thursday, September 25th at 7:25 on ESPN2.
I like to ride my bike, but not around people, or over curbs, or through traffic. So one day, I began to dream. About a place where people weren't in my way, but on my way. A place where around every corner there were things I didn't have to see, but wanted to see. Finally, a place where there were more reasons to get on my bike than to get off. And suddenly it hit me. What if I'm in the right state of mind? Just the wrong state. Call today for your free New Mexico vacation guide.
I'm Governor Bill Richardson. Experience a state of enchantment. Experience New Mexico.
Playing this month on Dish On Demand pay-per-view.
How am I gonna find you?
I'll find you.
Daredevil.
You know I'm innocent.
No, I don't.
Why make it look like a murder? Why frame an innocent man?
The Life of David Gale.
My sister followed the murderer to London.
This country blows.
Shanghai Nights. Take a break from routine TV. Order a pay-per-view movie from Dish On Demand.
Brian Urlacher and the Bears defense hanging on by its fingernails. They're down 10-3. Vikings 3rd and goal from the Bears 3-yard line.
I think at this position, if you're the Minnesota Vikings, one of the best plays they have is Dante Culpepper with the ball in his hand. I'd look for the quarterback draw here.
Doesn't he fumble?
Not necessarily all the time. He has put the ball on the ground occasionally, but not all the time.
Okay, just checking.
Randy Moss flanked to the right. Empty backfield, shotgun for Culpepper. 5 wideouts. There's the quarterback draw. He faked it, then throws. Klein saucer, touchdown. Oh, did they fake him out that time?
Boy, I tell you what, when we talked about Brian Urlacher spying on Dante Culpepper, and watch this. Look at in the middle of the field, number 54. You see him come up? Once he does, Klein Saucer's open in the middle.
They know it. I mean, the Minnesota Vikings know exactly what the Bears will try and do. Great call by Scott Linehan, the offensive coordinator.
When you have been around this game as long as we have watching these ball games on Sunday night, when you see a play like that is so beautifully designed for a specific time in the game, you just have to tip your cap to those guys. That was beautifully done, and they're up 17-3.
Hey, which never-ending pasta you guys getting?
Penne with Alfredo sauce. Spaghetti with the meat sauce. Fettuccine with pesto.
You guys play tennis today?
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl, just $7.95. Pick one combination of sauce and pasta, then another. Have all you want. Wonderful.
Okay. How many times have I told you? You accelerate at the apex through the corner.
I was.
Oh.
Live for the curves. Porsche Cayenne. There is no substitute.
There's an easier way to get the gear the pros wear. Call 877-NFL-SHOP for your free team catalog.
Coming up at the Toyota halftime show, Chris Berman with the fastest 3 minutes in television. Boomer will have his halftime heroes. And Chris Carter will be inducted into the Ring of Honor here in the Metrodome. It's all coming up on the Toyota halftime show. It's 17-3 Vikings as they dominate the Chicago Bears. Aaron Elling to kick to Ahmad Merritt. He's been their best weapon tonight with 2 good kickoff returns. And Elling will put this one out of bounds. That is a big penalty. Let's go to Susie.
Well, with Chris Carter, who will be inducted into the Ring of Honor at halftime, how tough is it for you to be in here but not out there?
It is tough. I miss it. I mean, any guy that's ever played the National Football League, when they say they don't miss it, they're lying. They really do. They miss Sundays. They miss the guys in the locker room.
What does it mean to you to be inducted?
I mean, if you look at the people, Marshall, Page, Tarkenton, all those names, and to be associated with them in the great tradition of the Vikings, you know, to me, it means everything to me. It's the greatest accomplishment, the greatest compliment anyone could ever give me is to be in the Ring of Honor for the Vikings.
What's the biggest difference you see this year in Dante Culpepper?
Well, he's not trying to do everything himself. He utilizes ability, but also using the people around him. You know, you can't always throw the ball to Randy, but they're getting the ball in the right situation. You know, he's starting to understand the game. He's going through the learning process that every quarterback goes through in this league.
Chris, congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Susie. Cordell Stewart back in the hurry-up offense. There are no timeouts for the Bears. They burned them all earlier. That's incomplete, so it'll be 2nd and 10.
I'll tell you what's frightening, Joseph. The Chicago Bears, you know, you talk about stats, which we don't really do that much of. They only have 2 first downs in this ball game. The Minnesota Vikings got 7 on that last drive. They have 14 first downs to 2.
And let me tell you, a part of the problem also is the Vikings have 3 timeouts left. If the Bears come out and throw 2 or 3 incompletes and they don't get a first down, you're giving the Vikings back the ball with about 1.5 minutes to go in the half. I'd run the football to try and get out of this thing a little bit.
A-Train had a nice run. They haven't run since, really.
Des White makes his first catch and will have a first down as he crosses the 50-yard line. So that will move the sticks and give them a new set of downs with 1:47 to go in the half. You saw Chris Carter, one of the great players in Vikings history. He will be inducted into the Ring of Honor at the half, now plying his trade on HBO.
We did his big catch.
The 1,000.
Yeah, right here, the big catch.
We did a lot of
Yeah. That's neat to be able to do that, though. You know, when a guy gets 1,000 catches and you're here to do it.
Cordell trying to get the Bears something before they go to the locker room. Over the middle, Abdullah. Brought down by Beaker. He gets to the 37.
Take your time. Take your time. You've got plenty of time.
No. Hurry up and get everybody to the line so you can ground the ball. Throw it in the ground. There you go. You can't take your time when you don't have timeout, buddy. You got to get them up and get that ball out of your hand.
You could take your time anytime I say you could take your time.
Let's see.
Let's see.
You said, take your time. And you said,
hurry up.
Hurry up. You got to love it.
Well, you know, I'm just saying, I'm saying you have 1 minute and 40 seconds when they completed that pass. They do have time to get themselves set and not waste it down.
Well, I think
Say it again.
They still have time to get themselves set and not waste it down.
Say it again.
I think they have to hurry it up a little bit.
Thank you.
And really start to think about what they want to do in this second half.
2nd and 10. Cordell gives it to Abdullah after they faked the screen to him. There were 5 defenders out there. All they did was suck the defenders to the spot they threw it to them.
The Bears have run 2 plays that absolutely baffled me tonight. One is to fake the running back and then follow Cordell with him. Now you fake it out to him. You've got all the Vikings out there, and then you say, okay, here's the football.
That was a team picture of the defense. Now Cordell takes off. This is where he's the best, inside the 20, inside the 15.
Take your time.
Now get yourself up. All right, that's it. Move them along. Take your time in a hurry. Get up and ground the ball.
That was the first time he's had any room to run tonight.
Boy, this isn't at his best.
This is where I think Cordell can be a threat. If you call designed running plays, you put him in as a running back, and then everybody has to block up front. If you let him run with the football when everybody's spread out in a passing formation, he has fewer people to avoid and can use his athletic ability. We saw him with Pittsburgh. He was their best receiver at one time.
Could have been their best runner.
Could have been their best runner.
He was their best player when he played slash.
Bears trying to get back in this game in the 2-minute drill with no timeouts. Stewart for the end zone. Touchdown. David Terrell, as the defender was turned around, he makes the catch.
Ken Irvin.
Well, I'll tell you what, they're not calling pass interference tonight.
Well, they don't call it offensively. You know that.
I'll tell you what. This is David Terrell, and watch where this ball is thrown. He has to come back to it. Cordell throws it to his outside, where the defender has no chance. Those guys were tied up. Now, they could have called something, but they didn't, and that's neat.
I'll tell you what, you have to hand it to the Chicago Bears. They have been kicked all over this field through 2 quarters of play. They come back in the 2-minute drill with no timeouts, go 60 yards and get a touchdown.
And that was Denard Walker, not Ken Irvin. Walker and Irvin were the 2 corners the Vikings added to shore up a pass defense that was a problem a year ago.
And the big play is when Cordell took off and scooted out of the pocket and ran.
Well, you got guys holding jerseys, and they're not calling anything. And David Terrell, I mean, it's a good throw and a great catch.
They allow the wide receivers to utilize their hands, and look at that. He tried so hard to get it to balance. He figured, listen, if you're not going to spike it, Marty Booker says I will.
And that'll pump up the defense as well. And that Cordell Stewart run was on 3rd and 12.
Tell you, 39 seconds. The way the Viking return unit has been bringing this ball out for field position, they get the ball around the 40-yard line for this offense with 30 seconds to go and 3 timeouts. You're looking at 7-8 plays.
See how successful they were by taking their time? Do you see?
But then hurrying up and spiking the ball. You're right, Paulo.
Take your time.
I sit up here every Sunday night with you guys. My head just spins.
We spend time
with you. Like Linda Blair in The Exorcist.
We spend time with you during the week and your head spins.
True. 39 seconds to go in the half. John Avery and Howery are deep. Squib kick. Avery Another good return, dives across the 30 with 33 seconds to go in the half, and the Vikings have saved their timeouts.
Cordell Stewart looking like the Cordell Stewart that we've come to know in Pittsburgh. Good decision, dropping the ball off down to Abdullah. Then here he goes. This is Cordell Stewart. Put a move on a linebacker. Greg Beekert can't stay with him. Then he makes a play. Now, throw the ball to the back right shoulder. David Terrell with the exceptional play for the touchdown.
That was a great drive under a lot of pressure, and it gets them back in the game 17-10. Here's the draw play. The fans didn't like that call to Mo Williams. Didn't like it at all.
Well, they don't like it because the Minnesota Vikings have 3 timeouts. That's why they don't like it.
Well, here's my question.
I got the answer. Go.
This is the question. If you're going to run the draw, why waste the time on calling a timeout? If you're going to utilize your 3 timeouts, try and throw the ball down the field. Let a running back catch it. You know the flats are going to be open wherever Randy is, and let him go out of bounds and try and advance it. I can only assume that Mike Tice just figured, all right, I'll take some time to visit with Dante.
Well, here's the beauty of football and the reason talk radio exists. If that play works for 35 yards on the draw, everybody says, boy, what a great call against a prevent defense.
But it's not going to. Mo Williams is not a guy who's going to take it 35 yards for you.
Second down with 28 seconds on the clock. Bears come with a 3-man rush. Culpepper all day. Out in the flat, and it's dropped. Mo Williams wide open, and Culpepper short hopped it to him.
And he will be wide open because they're going to let him have it. Now they're down to 21 seconds, and it's 3rd down. You know, if you go down and ask Mike Tice why he called that draw, remember when he said he went back to being a bad guy?
Yeah, I'm not.
I can't imagine what he would
I'm
tell
not
you.
going to ask him.
Before he smacks you in the mouth.
I was just going to say,
he might tell you.
He might just level me. I don't understand the approach of this drive by the Vikings. With what they have as offensive weapons, it doesn't make sense to me.
Tough to criticize anything else they've done in the half, though.
Not criticizing, just wondering.
Culpepper again all day and throws this one complete, and Moss had his legs cut out from under him at the 50. It's a gain of 16, timeout with 14 seconds to go. Jerry Azuma was right there to make sure he didn't go any further.
I mean, they're looking. Azuma's there, but they are allowing, you know, Randy Moss to come off. Azuma's, you're not going to beat me deep. If you're going to beat me short, but watch this play. Boom, and cut his legs out. That nice play.
He even falls down athletically.
It looks pretty going. Look at that.
You know,
doesn't really bounce like a lot of guys. Puts the hand down, breaks the fall.
You know, when you just watch Randy Moss catch balls, and we were watching the other day against the Green Bay Packers. I mean, his hands are so soft. He really. I know it's not easy, but he makes it really look easy.
We were doing the same thing. I watch him in practice. I just love to see him in takeoffs, just running down, catching the ball in practice. Everything really looks effortless.
Spot the ball at the Bears 49. Kelly Campbell is in as an additional wide receiver. That's Moss. Flanked to the near side in the slot. Over the middle, Mo Williams down to the 35. Boy, and Alex Brown had his helmet taken off and looked like he was hog-tied there by Bryant McKinney.
Brian McKinney just pushes him to the ground, and Alex Brown just has nowhere to go. Watch his block. I'm bigger than you are. I'm going to throw you to the ground, and I'm just going to stand over you.
But that's a takedown.
Sure it is.
That's a holding penalty. You know, the thing about it is that the Bears, I mean, there's not really much they could do. They only went to a 3-man rush, and they covered with 8 people to want to keep them in front. They're forcing a young kicker to kick a field goal that's going to be, what, 50-some yards, 53 yards.
Elling is perfect so far this year. 1 for 1 tonight, 4 for 4 on the season. You might have seen a familiar name as the holder, Gus Frerotte, who they brought in as the backup quarterback.
And Dante Culpepper talks about Gus Frerotte being a very valuable part of this football team because Mike Tice used to relay the signals down from Scott Linehan, who's up in the booth. And Mike got so busy yelling at everybody, he'd sometimes forget to tell Dante what the play was. Now Mike can coach, and Gus becomes the relay man.
Elling caught on with the Vikings this year. He was in Miami's camp 2 years ago, the Seattle camp last year. Now he tries his longest kick as a pro. Hit one from 46 last year. And just pulled it left.
And there's 1 second left on the clock. Whoops.
Well, the Bears have dodged several bullets in this half. To be dominated the way they have been and down only by 7 points, they've got to feel good going into the locker room.
And it's been their defense. They've hung in and hung in and hung in. They're down 7 points, gave their offense a chance to make something happen. Now I think the Bears get to evaluate what went on in the first half, come back out, and I think they'll spread this Viking defense out.
And they get the ball back in the second half.
There's a linebacker picking on a kicker.
He can pick on almost anybody.
Yes,
he wants.
He could.
Anybody can bite their nails through their glove and pick on anybody.
And now the Bears will take a knee with 1 second left and kill the clock in the first half. That's the end of the half here at the Metrodome. 17-10 Vikings. Now let's join Chris Berman for the Toyota halftime show.
All right, Michael, thank you very much. So a touchdown game there at the Metrodome. And yeah, I know the calendar still says summer, but who would think that, all right, today is the day we're going to see a record. Jamal Lewis of the Baltimore Ravens thought so. He confided to a couple of players, you know what? I think I'm going to set a record today against the Cleveland Browns. But who would know that this would be the single greatest single-game rushing effort in the history of the National Football League. That's what we saw in Baltimore with a fourth-year back, Jamal Lewis. And very early, 82 yards against the Cleveland Browns. But who knew that he was only just scratching the surface? Look at the moves and the power of this man who later went 63 yards. Bob, boom, past the safety. 295 yards rushing. More on that in a moment. Ravens win 33-13. Panthers, Bucks. Final play of regulation. Touchdown. Brad Johnson, Keenan McCardell. Extra point, good. And it's blocked. It's blocked by Chris Jenkins, who also blocked a field goal. So Carolina takes it to overtime. John Casey at the foot. Fourth field goal, good. Panthers haven't lost all year for preseason. Due to the regular season, they beat the Bucs 12-9. Jeff Garcia, Terrell Owens, final 20-some seconds of regulation to tie it at the Rams. But Rams win the toss. Mark Bolger, Marshall Faulk setting up. Jeff Wilkins, 28-yard field goal. Good. Bolger beats the Rams to a 27-24 win. Jay Fiedler and the Dolphins. They always lose to Vinny Testaverde at the Meadowland against the Jets. Not in this day, 21-10 Miami. Vinny, the ninth man to pass for 40,000 career yards. Packers lost week 1. Brett Favre said, not again. At Lambeau to Robert Ferguson touchdown. Pack over the Lions 31-6. Patriots, Eagles. Neither scored at all last week. And Donovan McNabb, sluggish. Teddy Bruschi. Everyone in New England firing down Brewskis. Patriots beat the Eagles 31-10. John Kitna, Bengals to Peter Warren. Tied late in the game at Oakland 20-all. But Sebastian Janikowski with a shot up the middle. 23-20, the Raiders. Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison. A huge win for these Colts. Tennessee's had their number, not today. Colts win 33-7. Steelers, Chiefs. A game of big plays. Game change, special teams. Dante Hall could go all the way. 100 yards. Chiefs beat the Steelers 41-20. Drew Bledsoe, 300-yard game in the heat in Jacksonville. To Bobby Shaw, Bills are 2-0. They beat the Jags 38-17. Redskins spotted the Falcons a 17-0 lead. But a big 300-yard day for Patrick Ramsey. Lavernius Coles, touchdown. 33-31, Skins win their 2-0. Clayton Portis, 129 yards in the first half. Before he was injured, Broncos 2-0. They humbled the Chargers 37-13. Big play day for the Seahawks, who had a laugher at Arizona. Matt Hasselbeck, Darrell Jackson, 38-0. Seahawks, they're 2-0. And the Texans will not go undefeated. Aaron Brooks to Dante Stallworth. Big second half Saints. They win at home 31-10.
This halftime show is presented by Toyota. Get the feeling.
When we return, our halftime heroes. You'll never guess who number one is. And all he did was catch touchdowns. They honor Chris Carter at the half.
My cousin told me about a Class 5 this way.
We're gonna take a Class 5 Rapids. Bring it on! All right, let's do it.
If we take a Class 3 and a Class 2, that's like taking a Class 5, right? I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll get you there. The rest is up to you. The largest, most powerful forerunner yet.
This is Matt Burke of the Minnesota Vikings. Matt helps the United Way build stronger communities by supporting educational programs developed to help kids succeed. Matt went to Harvard.
Where does lightning come from?
Well, first we must understand the nature of atoms. Atoms are made up of positively charged protons and uncharged neutrons. This dynamic is called the electromagnetic force.
Well, doesn't it come from the sky?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Matt Burke. He went to Harvard.
Welcome back to the Toyota Halftime Show with your host, Chris Berman.
17-10, the Vikings over the Bears. They have a new feature for us at halftime we unveiled last week, our halftime heroes. And it can be anything. Doesn't have to be record setters. It could be coaching decisions, could be guys on special teams like Carolina. But on this day, record setter is obviously star number one, if you will. Jamal Lewis, 295 yards. I mean, he had power, he had speed, he had moves, he had endurance, and he predicted that he would set a rushing record, 295 yards. He told him so.
It was a little, a phone call, from Andre, and, he told me he wanted me to get the ball 30 times. I told him if I get the ball 30 times, it's gonna be a career day. And, I'm not gonna say I predicted, but it was lucky. I lucked up and got it.
Career day for anybody who ever played football in the 84-year history of the NFL. 30 carries, 295. When you're on a list that includes Walter Payton and O.J. Simpson and you're top of everybody, breaking Corey Dillon's mark. Congratulations, this fourth-year man from Atlanta, Georgia, 5th overall pick 4 years back for the Ravens from Tennessee. The teams that got in trouble ran the ball. Dave Wanstadt's Dolphins said, okay, Ricky Williams, why don't you run for 125? And they avoided 0-2 by beating the Jets. Green Bay was shocked last week by the team you're watching tonight, the Vikings. So Amon Green very early at a 65-yarder. He settled for 160 yards as the Packers got back to business, that is, winning at Lambeau big over the Lions. Peyton Manning and the Indianapolis Colts have their hands full with Tennessee. They always fall behind. So let's do the safe thing. Edgerrin James looking like the edge of old, running for 120 yards, and Peyton and the Colts with a very big game. Now they are one up in their division. Next Sunday night, this game features the 2-0 Buffalo Bills. They won in the heat today in Jacksonville. Can they win in Miami? That's next Sunday night at 8:30, following prime time at 7:30. The Dolphins staved off that 0-2 start. They're usually automatic at home in September. They weren't last week. Will they be against the Buffalo Bills? We're excited about that game. This just in. Chris Carter, he caught touchdowns, but he did more than that. They'll honor him in Minnesota for a fabulous career. We go back to the Metrodome after this.
Monday Night Countdown delivered by UPS, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
My cousin told me about a Class 5 this way.
We're gonna take a Class 5 Rapids. Bring it on! All right, let's do it.
If we take a Class 3 and a Class 2, that's like taking a Class 5, right? I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll get you there. The rest is up to you. The largest, most powerful forerunner yet.
Get closer to this season's NFL action with NFL.com Field Pass. Listen to live radio broadcasts of more than 200 games, plus get post-game shows from around the league. Watch video previews, game highlights, and exclusive features from NFL films.
Amazing, astounding, colossal.
NFL.com Field Pass is your all-access ticket to the NFL.
Touchdown!
Get your Field Pass today, only on NFL.com.
This halftime show is presented by Toyota. Get the feeling.
Welcome back to Minnesota. It's halftime here at the Metrodome, where they are honoring Chris Carter, one of only 3 players in NFL history with 1,000 receptions. He becomes the 6th Viking to have his number retired.
Any football game, anywhere, anytime, was the 1,000th catch that, in fact, was for a touchdown. And here we unveil a painting for the Carters.
Viking fans, please welcome the Minnesota Vikings all-time leading receiver with 1,004 catches for 12,383 yards in his Vikings career from 1990 through 2001. Member of the Vikings 40th anniversary team and 1999 NFL Man of the Year from the Ohio State University, number 80, Chris Carter.
Thank you. I have to thank the Vikings organization, Mr. McCombs and your family. You mean the world to me. Thank you, Coach Burns, for looking at the kid from Middletown, Ohio, and realizing there must be some good still left in him. And thank you for going on the limb and going out there and spending that big $100 you spent to get me from Philadelphia. I hope that after all these years, it was money well spent. I'd like to thank my extended family. I'd like to thank my teammates, former, and even the young players who are still wearing the purple and gold. Thank you for everything. I couldn't have done it without you. Most players won't say this, but I'll tell you the truth. I miss you. I miss playing with you. I miss running out there. I miss it. Now, through my life, I've been blessed with a lot, but I would turn it all in to be able to put on this jersey one more time and run out the tunnel and the announcer say, starting at wide receiver from Ohio State University, Chris Carter. Fans in the north end zone, thank you for the CC. Thank you for all the first downs. Everyone in the south end zone, thank you. You guys mean the world to me. To have my name in the Ring of Honor next to Carl Eller, Corey Stringer, Bud Grant, Paul Krause, Tarkington, it means the world to me. Dante and Randy, you guys take it from here. It's y'all's show. Thank you. I love you.
Not only one of the best in Vikings history, one of the best in NFL history, as Chris Carter has his jersey retired here at the Metrodome. Back after this.
Welcome back to NFL football on parade.
Here comes a real showstopper. The You're in the NFL Jungle Now rookie float featuring NFL vets and the original Lion King, Barry Sanders.
Everybody loves a surefire Hall of Famer.
Let's get a quick update from Mort.
Nobody ever said being an NFL rookie is easy.
Yeah,
and you thought having to carry a veteran's luggage was bad.
Lions and Tigers and Barry. Oh, my.
Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by Old Spice. Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
Playing this month on Dish On Demand pay-per-view.
How am I going to find you?
I'll find you.
Daredevil.
You know I'm innocent.
No, I don't.
Why make it look like a murder? Why frame an innocent man?
The life of David Gale.
My sister followed the murderer to London.
This country blows.
Shanghai Nights. Take a break from routine TV. Order a pay-per-view movie from Dish On Demand.
Hey, did you know you can pay your Dish Network bill right on your TV? Just tune to Dish Home Interactive TV on Channel 100 and select Customer Service. Then, with a phone line connected, simply and securely pay your Dish Network bill. It's so easy and convenient. No stamps needed, no checks to write. Say goodbye to paperwork. So sit back and simplify your life from the comfort of your couch. Pay your bill and more. It's an all-new way to use your TV. It's Customer Service on Dish Home Interactive TV.
College rivalries never die. That's why there's the ESPN Game Plan College Football Pay-Per-View Package. It's all the teams you want to see and all the ones you want to see beaten. ESPN Game Plan, available on Dish Network Season Ticket. To order, call 1-800-333-DISH.
Dante Culpepper and the Vikings came out firing on all cylinders on offense tonight and grabbed control of this ball game. But somehow Cordell Stewart used his intelligence and his legs to get the Bears back in it just before halftime. Is there another black and blue finish in the black and blue division? It's only 17-10. Welcome back to the Metrodome, everybody. The Vikings outgained the Bears 265-119 in the first half. They dominated virtually every aspect of this game. And yet, as we've said so many times, they let the Bears stay in this game. They're only down by 7 points. What happens from here?
Well, that score fired up the defense. What I think the Bears still have to do is run the football.
Coaches have always talked about the first drive of the second half on either side of the ball. I think it's imperative for the Vikings to come out and regain control of this football game. And I think they should do it running the football. I don't think you come out, go quick with a big play, and turn it over to the Bears. The Bears actually feel like they're back in this thing with some confidence.
Chicago will get the ball first. The return game has certainly been a strength for them tonight. Ahmad Merritt tripped up this time as he got to the 24-yard line. We'll check in with Susie.
Mike, before the half, you mentioned that the Bears were dodging every bullet. Well, Dick Duran said, yes, dodging every bullet and shooting themselves in the foot. Poor field position and penalties. Just too many mistakes. He said in the second half, they could just run the ball a little more consistently. They'd be all right. Sure, he is proud of his guys for hanging in, but there's just too many mistakes.
What's amazing about that, Susie, is they got good production from Anthony Thomas very early and then totally went away from it.
I think they get back to it right here.
Thomas off tackle. You know, this guy seems to be one of those people that's really unappreciated. He was the NFL Rookie of the Year when he rushed for 1,138 yards in 2001. In 2002, he misses the last 4 games of the year, still gains over 700 yards, but he has not received a lot of backing from the coaching staff or the front office.
Part of a running back's success depends on the offensive line. We know the problems the offensive line had a year ago, and those problems continue for him. But he seemed to be able to pick it up here tonight.
Every time we see him, the guy seems to run hard. If you don't get blocks, just what you said, you don't go anywhere.
But the thing about it is, though, that when you talk to all offensive linemen everywhere, the one thing that they love to do more than anything else, and that is run block. They would rather run block than pass block. Now, the A-Train came out, got 7 yards on the very first play, got nothing on the second play.
Yeah, but Corbin Lucina only practiced 4 days. Your starting right guard's only been. He would love to do it, but first he'd like to know what's going on, wouldn't he?
I think so.
Well, Olin Kreutz, the center, was the only guy who finished in the same spot last year that he's in right now. He's the center. third down, Rabi Abdullah is in as the back. Cordell throws. Booker, that's going to be short of the first down. He tries to stretch out and get it. The tackle made by Corey Chavis. What a stop.
You got a flag downfield about the 40-yard line.
It's going to be holding against the Vikings. Just a guess.
You saw it, you saw it, you saw it.
There was no foul on the play. All of the action was legal. Fourth down.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Well, if it's legal, why'd you throw the flag?
Why do you throw a flag if it's legal? What was it that he didn't think was legal?
I would assume that the receiver was within the 5-yard boundaries of when he was supposedly
could be
held.
Nice tackle by Corey Chavis, and it saved the first down. Maynard will kick to Keenan Howery.
And that was a move that was made last year by the Vikings to get Corey Chavis off the corner to the safety, and really became a stabilizing factor.
Had 2 picks a week ago against Brett Favre, the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Maynard had it blocked. That's 2 in 2 weeks. This will kick forward. The Bears get a break, and look at Maynard. He says, this was blocked, but I'm going to get every yard I can out of it. He's downfield, ready to down it. 28-yard kick, partially blocked by Kelly Campbell. 17-10. Vikings on top. Back to the Dome in a moment.
Hey, Bobby. Well, I would rent a car for 2 weeks. Yeah.
Why not get right to the good part? Like Southwest Airlines Rapid Rewards. Forget counting miles. Fly just 4 round trips and get 1 free by receiving double credit when you book at southwest.com.
You are now free to move about the country.
What you doing, Brian?
I'm just putting my name and address in these bottles and sending them out to sea. Hopefully someone will find them and contact me someday.
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
Airlines, proud sponsor of the NFL and official airline of Super Bowl 38. Bud Light, for the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down. Make it a Bud Light. And Mazda, there's a soul of a sports car in everything we make.
We show more accordions on Sunday Night Football.
Hey, a little polka music and then some bowling.
Paul loves polkas.
After the partially blocked punt, the Vikings take over in good field position. Pressure on Culpepper. Throws underneath, complete to Dwayne Bates up at the 45. Vikings have spread it around pretty well tonight with the coverage that Randy Moss draws.
Well, I think that Culpepper's done a good job finding people that have been open.
Here's what the Vikings did in the first half. First drive, 56 yards and a touchdown. The second drive was equally as impressive until the Culpepper fumble. 4 plays and out. And then they end up scoring 17 points in the first half against the Bears. Mo Williams, gaping hole up the middle. That's the way they ran in the first half.
Boy, you know, and you just, like I said, offensive linemen love to block on the run. And when you see the hole in the middle, it's kind of simple to do this. Mo Williams just waits. Dixon caves everybody back into the inside, and he's wide open up the middle.
For the most part, they have literally made the Bears' defensive line disappear on running plays. Ontario Smith will come back in. Good night for Mo Williams. Now out of the eye. Smith behind Kleinsaucer. No room there, as he is just swallowed up by Keith Traylor.
See, I think the eye gets him too far from the line of scrimmage. These guys are all big guys. Best thing you can do is let them get on a body and then pop Mo and let him go where he wants to go. You put him in the eye behind a fullback. He's 7 yards back. They all make their block. They all make their block. Now the Bears have a chance to react because it takes the tailback so long to get to the line.
Keith Traylor ran around the block to make the tackle.
Culpepper. Urlacher coming, and discretion being the better part of valor, he goes down.
You know, again, I asked Randy Moss the other day, I said, are you, as a wide receiver being way outside, I said, are you aware of Brian Urlacher? You know what he said? He said every single person on the offense is aware of where he is. And you can see right here that Dante Culpepper sees him coming and gets down.
And Urlacher is the only one who said, how are you going to tackle Culpepper? He said, I'm going to hit him right in the chest. Everybody else said, ankles.
Skinny part of him.
3rd and 6. Blitz coming. They pick it up. And now Urlacher got him from behind.
Oh, great call by Greg Blosh, the defensive coordinator. And what a terrific job by the secondary. Urlacher wants to come in and put pressure. Okay, that's Urlacher against the rookie. Remember the job that Mo Williams did on him? The rookie doesn't do quite the job. There comes Urlacher in from the side. Urlacher.
He gives credit to the defensive secondary.
I did.
Okay.
Eddie Johnson to kick to RW reporters. Sky high. McQuarters can't get up enough to make the fair catch, and it comes right back to Eddie Johnson. A 7-yard kick, and boy, is he steam. That will kill his average. It's great for the Bears. They're still in this ball game.
You can't come at the dummy like that. You gotta act like you want to hit the dummy, son. And everybody else in line, you gotta act like you want to hit the dummy. Now hit the back. There you go.
Jim Brewer, heavy metal comedy.
You got a full-blown party going on.
Ma, nobody's gonna drink tonight, all right?
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a little,
Oh, we got a situation in here? Come on, man. We won't start no trouble.
First time on television.
Oh, this is a nightmare. Grab onto the rail!
When rock and comedy collide, you'll get Jim Brewer, heavy metal comedy.
Hey, did you know you can pay your Dish Network bill right on your TV? Just tune to Dish Home Interactive TV on Channel 100 and select Customer Service. Then, with a phone line connected, simply and securely pay your Dish Network bill. It's so easy and convenient. No stamps needed, no checks to write. Say goodbye to paperwork. So sit back and simplify your life from the comfort of your couch. Pay your bill and more. It's an all-new way to use your TV. It's Customer Service on Dish Home Interactive TV.
Call for your free Fun Times guide. Mississippi's Gulf Coast, a well-balanced escape.
After the bad bounce on the punt, the Bears will take over at their own 33-yard line. 1st and 10, down only 17-10 against the Vikings.
You know, in Canadian football, if the punter can run up like that, if he can catch the ball and run it in for a touchdown, it really is a rule. In Canadian football, you can do that.
I know, I was there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I forgot.
And I punted.
Yeah, once for a yard.
No, in the Canadian Football League, too. That went 2 yards.
Cordell to throw out in the flat. Pritchett pushed out of bounds. Chris Hovan wired on Sunday night. Let's listen in.
Gotta be great. Can't block you one-on-one, Chris. That's how you play football. Can't block me one-on-one.
Double team, triple teamed every play. You know, the Vikings have always had a tackle like that. Keith Millard, John Randall, now Hovan. Guys that love the game. Draw play to Abdullah. Breaks one tackle, gets to the 41. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, you know, Chris Hovan gets most of his attention for his motor, his intensity, and of course the fact that he's crazy. But this guy wants the edge on every play. He knows the more knowledge he has, the easier he gets. He takes film home, breaks it down 2 hours every night before he goes to bed. He says going into the prime of his career, he takes nothing for granted. He's careful about the food he eats, how he works out, you name it. This guy wants it bad.
Susie, he once said, if I'm not lifting weights, it occurs to me my opponent might be, so I go lift. It's the kind of player he is.
And they've been double teaming and triple teaming him all night.
Flags look like the Bears move.
Look like David Terrell, number 83.
Ball start. Offense, number 63. 5-yard penalty, it remains third down.
Corbin Lucina.
David Terrell was another one who was a little antsy at the line. Now, Corbin Lucina's only practiced 5 days, and he's the guy that the Bears signed him because he was a part of the Minnesota Vikings and had worked against Chris Hovan. So they wanted someone who had the experience to be able to come here and handle it.
Well, Chris Hovan said, well, I know his weaknesses. Yeah, but the one strength he has is Olin Kreutz, who happens to be helping Corbin Lucina block him.
3rd and 7.
Oh, no.
There's movement by the left tackle, Mike Gandy. He had never played tackle
Ball start. Offense, number 69.
in his life until last November, and they put him in a tackle. He's there now again because there's so many guys just missing it out for the Bears.
John Shoup, the offensive coordinator of the Chicago Bears, told me the other day, my biggest concern is going to be communication. Now, Cordell Stewart hasn't played much in a dome. Think of the stadiums in the division he played in. Cleveland, Cincinnati, Baltimore, Pittsburgh, all outdoor stadiums. They're not as loud as the dome when it comes to concentrated noise.
Well, it was 3rd and 2 straight motion penalties. Make it 3rd and 12. Now Cordell under pressure and throws wide of a wide open David Terrell. And there's a flag down at the 43-yard line.
And if it's thrown on that side of the field away from the ball, got a pretty good chance it could be defensive holding.
Or illegal contact past 5 yards.
Well, the Bears are clapping.
Before the pass, holding, defense, number 22, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Well, that's a big play. 3rd and 12, they throw a bad pass, and Ken Irvin is called for holding.
Let me just say one other thing about Cordell throwing the ball. Joe, everything he has thrown so far, almost everything, is short. It's short of the first down. You can't, he's trying to give these guys a chance to run with it, and they don't have the time. Because, first of all, he doesn't have the time to sit back there and throw it. And then they don't have the time to pick up the first down.
Automatic first down on the penalty. Ball's at the 36. Nice fake by Cordell. And airs it out. Des White. Caught it.
What a throw. What a throw.
Boy, did he unload that one.
He was
49 yards, Joe.
Paul, you said it. What they did is they max protected. You were right. Up until that point, they hadn't thrown. Terrific fake by Cordell Stewart. Watch the fake. Nice job. Hiding the ball. Selling the fake completely. Now watch this. Lock, load, and fire. That's a javelin throw. But look where the ball lands. Right over the top. What a terrific job of cradling it to his stomach.
And the Bears trying to get something going with the A train on 1st and 10 from the 16 are only a touchdown away from tying this game.
This is really total concentration. Watch this. Now watch what he does. The ball's going down, so he gets it back up into his gut. Because remember, you've got to come down with control of the football. Before the ball hits the ground, he has it controlled. It's up in his stomach. Well, that's perfect.
Great effort by Des White, who throughout his career has been criticized for too many drops, but his numbers just keep going up every year.
You just got to throw it to him where it's hard to catch.
Exactly. 2nd and 11. Cordell, plan, draw. They come with the blitz, and he did not have a chance. Off the corner, Brian Williams.
Hey, this is something that they did in the beginning of the game that just upset my partner over here, Joey. Because you're running a draw, and everything that they're doing is trying to keep Cordell Stewart in the middle. So everything they're going is right at him to keep him in the middle. Now, when you run right at the people that are coming after you, makes no sense.
That particular play, actually, both times he's been tackled, the last 2 times, George O'Leary, the defensive coordinator of the Vikings, had the right call on it. He didn't have anybody blocked on the outside rushers.
3rd and 13. Blitz again. They got him again.
Greg Baker.
Does this look an awful lot like what happened with the San Francisco 49ers a week ago to the Bears?
It looks exactly like it.
Cordell Stewart told us yesterday, I never want to experience anything like that again. Well, deja vu all over again.
Hovan, Beekert.
Boy, and Beekert, when he joined this football team a year ago, he made them better. They've done a great job in 2 years of upgrading the defense. Edinger, perfect. He's hit from 42 and 43 tonight, and the Chicago Bears have scratched and clawed their way back to within 4.
Introducing the all-new rotary-powered Mazda RX-8.
Human thigh bones are stronger than concrete. The tallest wave ever surfed was 66 feet tall. Miller Lite has half the carbs of Bud Light. Amazing, huh? Miller Lite, great taste, less filling.
WSAP, check it. Boom! I'm here, straight out of your nightmares.
Excuse me?
Excuse you nothing. I'll excuse you as soon as we play a little football. You understand me, sweet tooth?
You don't play football.
Every day I do ESPN NFL football with the first-person football feature. Wow! Because I don't play. You know something? Oh, there you go. The little birdie's talking to me. He's saying Sap can't mess with you. Sap too slow. Rated E for everyone.
Introducing the all-new rotary-powered Mazda RX-8.
Human thigh bones are stronger than concrete. The tallest wave ever surfed was 66 feet tall. Miller Lite has half the carbs of Bud Light. Amazing, huh? Miller Lite, great taste, less filling.
Welcome back to NFL Football on Parade.
Up next, the young guns.
Aaron Brooks, David Carr, Dante Culpepper, Byron Leftwich.
Are they wearing chaps?
Sunday NFL Countdown, presented by Old Spice. Sundays at 11 on ESPN.
Cordell Stewart making big plays, trying to keep the Bears in this ball game. Beautiful sleight of hand on the play action, and then he shows you the strength of his arm with the bomb to Des White. Great catch, sets up the field goal, and we have a 4-point game.
Boy, the Bears, I mean, just hanging in. What a great job by Jerron, keeping his ball club up.
Keenan Howery to return. And excellent coverage that time by the Chicago Bears as Adrian Peterson got downfield to make the tackle. The Stars have matched up tonight. Culpepper and Urlacher.
One team. Who the hell are you? One mission.
Their job's to keep us safe.
Stop any threat. Nobody finds out. You got a problem with that?
No, sir.
Threat Matrix premieres Thursday at 8/7 Central on ABC.
Didn't happen.
Every Saturday night, new hit movies premiere only on Stars. Premiering this month.
You're gonna be great. I got a feeling about you.
Hello.
Hi.
Money is what life is all about. Getting it, losing it, needing it.
Premiering Saturday nights this month only on Stars. One of 8 great channels in the Stars Super PAC on Dish Network.
investors know the potential for profit associated with commodities trading, but you don't have to be a lifelong investor. Call right now and Roslex Financial will send you absolutely free an easy-to-understand instructional package that will answer your questions about trading commodities. Questions like, what is my investment to get started? And how do I profit from my trades? Roslex Financial is ready to help you take control of your financial future. The information is free, so call now. Futures trading is not suitable for all investors. The risk of loss can be substantial. You can potentially lose more than your initial investment.
Boy, I hope Roger found enough firewood. Yeah, I want to make s'mores. Hey guys, I gathered the wood and made a fire. Oh yeah, and I built a shelter.
Even as a kid, I believed in giving people a little more than they expected. I'm Roger Riney. I started Scottrade to take care of online investors like nobody else. With $7 trades, no inactivity fees, and personal attention at your local office. Click, call, or stop by Scottrade today.
4:38 to go, third quarter of play. Sunday Night Football on ESPN. It is 17-13. Dante Culpepper has been almost letter perfect tonight. The one fumble, the only thing that mars his scorecard. Empty backfield on first down from the 20. Campbell lost his footing, and then Azuma is there to take him down.
We talked about the slow start for Brian Urlacher, but just watch his pursuit. When you say he's big, strong, fast, and he wants to knock you out, look at this. He's downfield making the play. Now watch his reaction here to a pass. He comes out of a rush and goes back downfield and makes a tackle 7 yards deep. Now he's on a blitz, and he gets to Dante Culpepper. 100% all the time.
He's fun to watch. 2nd and 8 for the Vikings. Go back off tackle with Mo Williams. How many Bears have been selected to the Pro Bowl for the first 3 seasons? They're all Hall of Famers. Mike Ditka, Gale Sayers, and Dick Butkus. The 4th, Brian Urlacher. You would want to be anywhere on the list with those 3 guys.
You know, the one thing about him is he's kept his safety speed. At the linebacker position, he's become real tough. And one of the things he talked about was working on getting off blocks, shedding blocks. And we saw it in that video you talked about, Paul.
Well, when he was in college, he was a halfback, safety, and he returned punts. Come on, pretty good athlete. Not bad.
3rd and 5 for Culpepper. 4-man rush out in the flat. Mo Williams rolls and may have a first down.
You guys talk about the job that the Bear defense is doing. The first play of the game, Viking wide receiver caught a 51-yard pass, Campbell. Since then, the wide receivers have caught passes totaling 43 yards. That's the job that this Bear defense has done on taking away the wide receivers and making Dante Culpepper be patient.
Now, you want to talk about coaches making a difference in a football team. When you look at Chicago, they had no idea what they were really going to do in the offensive line except for their center. And look what they've done this evening. Not bad.
They've hung in there, that's for sure. That's Burleson in motion. Culpepper with good protection, dropped by Kleinsaucer. Would have been a gain of about 5. And the usually reliable tight end / fullback couldn't hold it.
When you talk about this big offensive line for the Minnesota Vikings, there are 5 big guys up front, and then Kleinsaucer. He's about as big as the rest of them.
270. Do you just feel the shift here? I mean, the Vikings were like confident, like we're going to bury you. You can't touch us.
And they were.
The Bears were going, oh my goodness. Now all of a sudden you get the sense the Bears are saying, hey, bring it on, guys.
I think it's time to go to Randy.
We've seen it so many times. You leave a team in a game without putting him away, and it can go back to bite you know where. Urlacher shows blitz, and here he comes. Culpepper runs out of trouble. 265 pounds sprinting to the sideline. There's a flag down. That looks like it's a hold on one of the blitzers.
Yeah, but you cannot go at Dante Culpepper full speed. He's just too strong.
Holding, number 71. 10-yard penalty remains, 2nd down.
That's David Dixon, the right guard.
Urlacher comes from one side. All right, now here comes the blitz. from the other side. That's number 53 moving right in and can't make the play. That's Warwick Holman. He took over for Roosevelt Coleman. He has a shot at making a sack, and he just runs right by him.
With one arm, you're not
going to bring him down, and you can't go flying by.
Now it's 2nd and 20 after the holding call.
609 yards last year rushing, 10 touchdowns.
Culpepper with time. There's Moss. And he is wrapped up the moment he touches it by Tillman.
I said you got to go to Randy Moss. This is interesting. He goes down about 5 yards and sits down.
Well, 2nd down and 20, they're going to let him go.
I know. Well, watch this. Look at Randy. Boom. And he just sits there.
Tillman does a nice job of wrapping him up. That's one thing the Bears have done very, very well tonight, is tackle, which is something watching the the Miami Dolphins play, who we have next week. Their secondary didn't do a very good job of tackling this week or last week.
Moss a week ago averaged nearly 17 yards a catch. Tonight, well under 10. Now it's 3rd and 16. 3-man rush. Culpepper with all day. Now being pressured. And drags Holdman with him after the 32.
What a great job Tillman just did on Randy Moss. He ran him out of bounds. He ran him out of bounds. I mean, that was just a great job. He knew he had coverage deep. Watch this. Here comes Randy down the side. Watch what Tillman does. Get out of here.
Randy's pulling him. Dante goes the other way. Azuma, Brown, Green, McQuarters, Tillman, that whole secondary's done an outstanding job.
And the significance of going out of bounds, you can't be the first guy to come back and touch it. R.W. McQuarters at the 26. Great move to get free. McQuarters makes the first man miss. Brian Russell makes the tackle. It's an 11-yard return. The Chicago Bears hanging around. They're only down by 4, and they've got a chance against the Vikings.
Introducing the all-new rotary-powered Mazda RX-8.
Jack?
The way you feel about sports cars will never be the same.
Hey, which never-ending pasta you guys getting? Penne with Alfredo sauce. Spaghetti with the meat sauce. Fettuccine with pesto. You guys play tennis today?
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl, just $7.95. Pick one combination of sauce and pasta, then another. Have all you want. Wonderful.
In the red zone, the best way to defend against the play is to stop it before it starts. That's why I use new Red Zone deodorant from Old Spice. It has a new odor defense system that helps stop odor at its source before it starts. Try it. If you don't like it, Old Spice will buy you a stick or something else. Hey, it's better to be defensive than offensive. New Red Zone deodorant from Old Spice.
A man in Austria survived without food or water for 18 days. The largest bicep is 30 inches around. Miller Lite has a third less carbs than Coors Light. Amazing, huh? Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling.
A strong man, a hunter, a soldier, a weekend warrior, fighting nature. I don't cry at all. And fighting each other.
I vote to expel Chuck.
The Wild Rules. Monday nights at 9 on ESPN. Presented by Citgo.
Only 14 seconds to go. Third quarter of play from Minnesota. Mike Patrick, Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Susie Colbert, our entire ESPN crew, and we have a ball game. The Bears down by 4. They take over at their 37. The A-Train trying to get untracked and turns the corner.
Nice block by Stanley Pritchett, number 36. Boy, he did a good job blocking. Cordell has stepped up his game. Right at the end of the half, he started to get hot, and he really started it by running with the football. Terrific move on Beaker, just leaves him in dust. Now throws it to the back shoulder of David Terrell, gets a touchdown, and then unloads one to Des White, which really has this Bear defense fired up as well as the offense. There are his numbers, 3 for 3 the second half.
That's the end of the third quarter. The Vikings continue to lead by only 4, 17-13.
Monday Night Countdown delivered by UPS, 7:30 Eastern on ESPN.
Cloak Creek Manor.
We bought the house and the contents.
On September 19th.
Do you know anything about the people who lived in the house before us?
They just disappeared.
The thriller event of the fall
Come look at this.
will leave you,
Oh my God.
breathless. Dennis Quaid. Sharon Stone. Cold Creek Manor.
I know where it is.
Rated R. Starts Friday, September 19th.
You bring me Masaka or it's your badge. Come on, Buddy Lee. Let's make like a tree and go.
Look out, Buddy Lee!
I got to get me some of those jeans.
He's getting ready. He's pumped. Now you've got to see your Bridgestone retailer during the Bridgestone Nationwide Tire Drive. Buy 4 advanced technology Bridgestone Dueler tires for your SUV or light truck and get a free Casio color TV. He's ready. Now it's your turn to get moving. The Bridgestone Nationwide Tire Drive ends October 4th. Call 1-877-TIRE-USA today.
Experience football like never before in high definition on ESPN HD. College football Saturday primetime, Sunday night football, and Monday night football on ABC HD. It's the best football 3 nights in a row in high definition. ESPN HD. It's now available nationwide. Vikings come with a blitz. Cordell unloads, and that's his tight end, Desmond Clark, who had a couple of good years in Denver. If you joined us late, here's our game track. Dante Culpepper hasn't gotten many of those numbers in the second half. Randy Moss has been held only 27 yards on 4 catches as the Bears have concentrated their secondary on him. And Cordell Stewart has had a couple of big plays, one running, one throwing, that have the Bears in this game.
And they're moving the chains again.
And the Vikings have to be getting a little nervous. Thomas. And that offensive line starting to give people a little bit of room.
And a play fake right there. Kevin Williams, the rookie defensive end, their #1 pick out of Oklahoma State. Cordell hands off and then continues back like he has the ball. And Williams takes a few steps trying to take. Watch this. On the right defensive end. Number 93 comes up the field. Cordell, he doesn't know. See him? He actually, by just that fake, blocked 2 defensive guys for the Vikings.
Yeah, but he's also telling Cordell, don't try to run a bootlegger against that guy because he's going to tackle him.
And Cordell says, fine.
Thank you very much.
Blitz coming. Cordell unloads in a hurry. Clark makes another catch.
The thing that the Bears are doing offensively is they're not creating long yardage situations where the Vikings can bring 5 and 6 and 7 people. They're in a situation where there's the threat of the run. 2nd down and 6, 3rd down and 3. That makes Cordell more dangerous and also brings A-Train into the scheme.
The other thing they haven't done tonight is the Bears have not turned over the football, and that's huge.
Mike, don't go there. You've done this before.
He's made 20 free throws in a row. Plank. 3rd and 3. Dropped. Terrell had it at the 35. Would have been a first down. Heck of a throw by Cordell Stewart. Denard Walker was there on the cover.
I'll tell you, this ball was thrown perfectly, and Cordell knew it. He threw it down in a way where nobody had a chance to catch it except David Terrell. Look at this. And a ball hits him right in the gut. Well,
David
Walker was there too, so you know he got his hand in, but Terrell knows he should have caught the ball.
But boy, if you're Cordell, you got to say to these guys, I don't have very many opportunities to throw. You got to catch them when I do. Howery waits at the 10. Lets it go, and the Bears get the bounce.
Tillman.
They down it at the 6. Tillman's made a couple of plays on special teams. Got down there to try to cover that, but it looked like the bounce just favored the Bears. And now Minnesota is going to start in tough field position.
See anything?
I don't look like you.
So he was good looking.
Chief Matt Whitlock was supposed to take the fall for murder.
Now I'm going to send a couple of agents down there this afternoon.
They set me up, but he won't go down without a fight. I'm not running.
What the hell is your problem?
If you shut up,
You little
Sorry, I can't hear you. You're breaking up. Can you hear me? You hear me now?
Academy Award winner Denzel Washington.
That's the guy. Police officer. Go straight upstairs.
Chief, you okay?
Just do it.
Out of Time. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, October 3rd.
Claire and I have a great partnership. She focuses on our designs. Oh, I love that. And I concentrate on sales. But the truth is, we couldn't do it without Visa Business. It gives us flexible payment options when ordering supplies. And the management report helps us track every expense.
CNC California, just one of the millions of small businesses that use Visa to help manage their cash flow.
It's almost like having a third partner, but they don't get their name on the label.
Visa Business, it's everywhere you want to be.
ESPN Sunday Night Football, brought to you by Miller Lite. Tell it over a great-tasting, less-filling Miller Lite. It's Miller time. Kia Motors, Kia, make every mile count. And MGM's Out of Time, starring Denzel Washington.
Back at the Dome in Minneapolis, Vikings have the ball inside their own 10, leading the Bears by 4. Mo Williams, another big hole off the left side, and Williams is out to the 14-yard line. Let's go to Susie.
Mike, if there's been a change in momentum in this game, it's to the surprise of safety Mike Brown. He's been through the ups and downs with this team, and after last week's devastating loss, he wondered if things went bad early in this game for the Bears, would they be able to come back, or would they take that, oh no, here we go again attitude? That hasn't been the case. They have been able to rebound. No team fell harder over the last couple seasons than the Bears, but they look like they're fighting tonight.
Got to take your hat off to them, Susie. They could have easily folded their tent and gone home. Fighting for first down yardage, Mo Williams, he's had a good night, approaching 90 yards on the ground.
And I like what Minnesota's doing now, is going back to the run. And Brian Urlacher, you know, when you talk about this guy, he's always around the ball. Always. Take a look at it. I mean, he's got to fight himself through a lot of traffic, and all those big trees that are in front of him, he has to separate those trees in order to get into that field.
And that's Dave Dixon, number 71, at 343, trying to push him around. If this is short, this is a huge third down for the Minnesota Vikings, because they've lost momentum, and they're trying to get out from the shadow of their own goal line.
This is short, isn't it?
No.
Paul.
You're 0 for 1.
No, I did it after it was done.
Okay, it doesn't count. We'll give you that.
Yes, it counts.
No. Don't pick on Paul, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. I'll move over towards Joe.
Never mind. Pick on him. This is where now I think the Vikings get a chance to open it up a little bit. I think you come back with either play action or drop back and throw the ball up the field a little bit.
There's the rookie Ontario Smith.
The Bears defensively are inviting they're inviting the Minnesota Vikings to run the football. What they're doing is they're double covering the wide receivers. If you're double covering wide receivers outside, what you have to do as an offense is you have to hit that aspect of the defense. They don't have enough people to be able to stop you. And this is what the Bears are doing. The Bears are saying our front seven are capable of going out and being able to contain the run.
And the Vikings are going with 2 tight ends.
Smith hits the seam. He's got a lot of speed, and Ontario Smith has a first down to the 31.
See what they're doing, what the Minnesota Vikings are doing, they're coming out with 2 tight ends. They got Klein Saucer and Hunter Goodwin in there. And then they're just hoping they can break to the outside. Here comes Brian Urlacher, and there's something you don't see much of. Well, he's blocked. He's down on the ground. It's hard to make a tackle when you are being blocked. But this guy, you talk about reading a play and being in the right position. He's out there. There's Matt Burke, the center. Burke gets a nice block on Urlacher and knocks him down.
You want balanced offense. Minnesota 167 running, 166 passing. Culpepper all day to throw. Klein Saucer at the sideline, knocked out of bounds.
I'll tell you, this is really smart offense for the Minnesota Vikings. They have been struggling going into this in this second half. Up until this point here, the Minnesota Vikings only had 15 yards passing in this half. They started out running the football. I like what they're doing because they got big people on their people, on Chicago's smaller people, and you got to work that way.
And you have to give Dante a lot of credit for being patient. You've got Randy Moss sitting out there. You've got Dwayne Bates. You've got guys who can go down the field, but yet he continues to just take what the defense gives him.
Which is what they want him to do more of, and he has certainly done it the first 2 weeks of this season. Smith spins out of a tackle. Holdman takes him down. Appears to be just shy of a first down.
Everybody looks at Ontario Smith and they say, oh, yeah, he's a decent back. When he was a freshman at Tennessee, even though he graduated from Oregon, when he was at Tennessee, in the backfield with him was Travis Stevens, Jamal Lewis, and Travis Henry. Okay? That's a pretty good stable of guys to have around you. You know, of course, Jamal only rushing for a few yards today.
Didn't you just say when he was at Tennessee, graduated from Oregon?
Yeah, he transferred. He left. He left. Yeah.
You throw that transfer.
He was at Tennessee as a freshman and then left and wound up graduating from Oregon. Coming out of Oregon.
Scott Fox was there for that.
Third and a foot. And around to Campbell's got room. Campbell to the 26.
Boy, I'll tell you what.
How's that for a third down call?
How about Burleson, number 81? You want to talk about an outstanding block by a wide receiver on the outside. He makes the block.
And it's because of Nate Burleson that Kelly Campbell's not playing.
Watch this. Watch number 81. You'll see him in the screen now. He got that block and knocked Jerry Azuma back to the inside where he couldn't get back outside.
They talked about Kelly Campbell being used in very special situations because of his great speed. Look at how that left foot, actually he steps out of bounds.
He did. They mark it all the way back at the 40.
Very select plays they want to use him on because he is slight. He's only 173 pounds. Picked 2 good ones tonight so far.
Now Smith, the single setback. He'll get the call again, hitting the backfield, and Urlacher cleans up what Holdman started. Next Sunday night at 7:30, watch NFL Primetime. They'll catch you up on all the day's action, and then we've got a great game for you. Drew Bledsoe and the Bills go to Miami to take on Ricky Williams and the Dolphins. Another feature matchup on ESPN Sunday Night Football at 8:30 Eastern. Bledsoe terrific again today, as was Ricky Williams.
I'll tell you, this is as comfortable as I've ever seen Drew Bledsoe, the way he is with this offense in Buffalo.
Ricky Williams looks just like he did a year ago. Rushed for over 1,500 yards a year ago. Looks like he's well on his way again.
Blitz coming. Klein Saucer. What awareness to get around to see the ball and make the catch. And Culpepper did the only thing he could do, just unload it as fast as he could.
He was about to get hammered. Watch Dante Culpepper. Here comes Urlacher. He sees. He does hit him.
Well, they're picking their spots coming at him, but he's picking up all the moves now.
Well, it is just a nice move by Kleinsasser to turn his body back to the ball, make the catch.
Because if he doesn't recognize the blitz, he's continuing downfield and never sees that. Little toss and a first down for Mo Williams.
Well, I'll tell you, they're putting some plays in here that are really catching the Chicago Bears. They got to move in one way and just going back the other way. All this play really is designed to do is to pick up 3 or 4 yards, and that's exactly what it does against the first down. Watch Mo Williams, number 20. Boom, little fake to Kleinsasser on the other side, and then the toss back. Now, Randy Moss, number 84, is outside, and he's supposed to be blocking on R.W. McQuarters. He does a pretty good job, knowing all they need is 2 yards for a first down.
This drive is approaching 7 minutes, which is exactly what the Vikings needed, up by 4. They've got to pay it off now. Play action by Culpepper. That one is complete to Burleson.
Burleson is a guy they took in the 3rd round out of Nevada Reno, had 138 catches last year. And all the words you hear to describe this kid: excellent blocker, smooth, patient in routes, mature beyond his years as a rookie. He became their 3rd wide receiver behind Dwayne Bates and Randy Moss. That's why Kelly Gamble is used in just sparing situations, but yet big ones tonight.
Led the NCAA in catches per game, yards per game. 2nd and 4. This time-consuming Minnesota drive. Williams lowers his head, bounces off one man, gets to the 20. Boy, he took a shot and kept going.
Guess who he took a shot from?
No surprise. Got to be 54.
Pick a number. Look at him laughing. Urlacher. He knows he gave him a shot. Yeah, that's right. I hit you. I hit you. Watch this. Watch number 54. Urlacher comes in. Bam! They hit. Back out goes Mo Williams, and he keeps his feet and picks up about 4 yards.
Boy, and Urlacher's had a guy blocking him on nearly every tackle he's made. 94 yards rushing so far for Mo Williams. He's caught another 50 yards worth of passes. Big play here, 3rd about 2. Mo Williams straight up the middle. First down at the 3.
Earlier in this football game, Joe, you talked about Lewinsky. Then they moved him in guard. He's one of the better players on there. He was one-on-one on Brian Urlacher and just knocked him out of the hole. This thing is beautiful. Number 76. Take a look at this. Bam! He hits Urlacher right in the middle of the field.
When the Minnesota Vikings got Mike Rosenthal from the New York Giants, they felt like they improved this football team up front in 2 positions. At the right tackle position, which Lewinsky played for 2 years, allowed him to move back to guard where they think he can be an all-pro.
What a night for Mo Williams. 1st and goal. Williams again, and he is killed in the backfield by Keith Traylor. Holy cow.
Now, I'm going to tell you what. There's no way ever that Mo Williams runs over Keith Traylor, who is not even blocked here. Watch number 94. Bam! Oh. Mo says, at least put a helmet or something on this guy. Look at Keith Traylor. He's got him eyeball to eyeball and just knocks him back.
Big play by Keith Traylor. It will be 2nd and goal Vikings when we come back.
College rivalries never die. That's why there's the ESPN Game Plan College Football Pay-Per-View Package. It's all the teams you want to see and all the ones you want to see beaten. ESPN Game Plan, available on Dish Network Season Ticket. To order, call 1-800-333-DISH.
Lose fat, increase energy, feel better about yourself than you ever thought possible, all in less than an hour every other day. Reshape your body in record time with Fitness Made Simple's new 45-minute fat-burning workout.
This workout is a double threat to our fat reserves. Number 1, we burn some fat just by doing the exercises. Number 2, the lean muscle we build uses fat for energy 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, even while we're sleeping.
Work out at home with fitness celebrity John Bastow, doing exercises to sculpt your chest, back, shoulders, arms, legs, and abs.
There are no tricky dance moves, no high-impact gyrations, just lightweight training done at a heart-pumping cardio pace to build lean muscle and burn pounds of fat.
Join the thousands of men and women who are improving their bodies and lives with our best-selling videos. Call now or order online at our website, fitnessmadesimple.com.
Fitness Made Simple, bringing real results to real people.
If you're a Vikings fan, this drive was just what the doctor ordered. 87 yards, 9.5 minutes. But now they're at the 6, second and goal.
And they've done it running the football.
So, yeah.
I mean, that's how they've really manufactured the yards.
Empty backfield now.
Will they try that same play? No.
Moss is in the slot to the right. And Culpepper's changing the play.
Maybe now.
Wanted the quarterback draw, I think. Now he has to take off, and Urlacher had him behind the 10.
I'll bet you, without even seeing what happened, he took his eye off the ball because what he was doing was trying to figure out where he was going to run.
And the Bears have used another timeout to stop the clock. The Vikings just can't seem to put them away.
A man once lifted 620 pounds with his teeth. 1 in 20 people have an extra rib. Miller Lite has 70% fewer carbs than Michelob Light. Amazing, huh? Miller Lite, great taste, less filling.
The Kia Sorento just received the government's highest safety rating and was voted #1 in quality. Safety and quality. There's really nothing left for us to say. Except, it is the only SUV with a standard V6 engine, front and side curtain airbags, and a 10-year warranty, all for thousands less than Highlander. Okay, that's all we're gonna say.
Hey, you got that ordinary untoasted sub instead of the toasted Philly cheesesteak from Quiznos? What, were you raised by wolves?
Yes, I was. Why have an ordinary sub? Try a delicious Quiznos toasted Philly cheesesteak or our other toasted sandwiches starting at $1.99.
Toasty. Miller Lite is half the carbs of Bud Light. Miller Lite is a third less carbs than Coors Light. Miller Lite is the gold medal winner of the World Beer Cup. Now that's great taste, less filling.
4 years ago, they made history. Now the American women take on the world. The 2003 FIFA Women's World Cup begins Sunday, September 21st at 12:30 on ABC and continues Thursday, September 25th at 7:25 on ESPN2.
The Bears have used 2 of their 3 timeouts to conserve time here. 3:02 to go. It was first and goal at the 3, then second and goal at the 6. Now it's third and goal at the 11.
I think you got to be careful. Randy Moss going that way. Number 84 split out right.
Culpepper for the end zone. Klein saucer touchdown.
Well, they covered everybody but him.
Well, they sent Randy Moss down into the middle of the football field. Of course, you have to pay attention to him, and opened up that avenue for Kleinsaucer.
Kleinsaucer's had a nice second half.
Well, Mike Tice said he's finally healthy. Been bothered by a knee, finally getting back healthy, and is a big part of what they can do in the backfield because he plays fullback for him as well as tight end.
Owner Red McComb said in hindsight maybe Mike Tice wasn't ready to be a head coach last year. He said if he can survive 2 or 3 years, he's got a chance to have a great career. He's doing more than surviving right now. He's on the verge of being 2-0 and in first place in his division.
Jim Brewer, heavy metal comedy.
You got a full-blown party going on. Ma, nobody's gonna drink tonight, all right?
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little you. Oh, we got a situation in here. Come on, man. We won't start no trouble.
First time on television.
Oh, this is a nightmare.
Grab onto the rail!
When rock and comedy collide, you'll get Jim Brewer, heavy metal comedy.
I like to ride my bike, but not around people, or over curbs, or through traffic. So one day, I began to dream. About a place where people weren't in my way, but on my way. A place where around every corner there were things I didn't have to see, but wanted to see. Finally, a place where there were more reasons to get on my bike than to get off. And suddenly it hit me. What if I'm in the right state of mind? Just the wrong state. Call today for your free New Mexico vacation guide.
I'm Governor Bill Richardson. Experience a state of enchantment. Experience New Mexico.
Beautiful drive from Minnesota Vikings, nearly 10 minutes long. It went 93 yards. They also had a 92-yard touchdown drive tonight. Dante Culpepper paid it off with an 11-yard touchdown throw to Jim Kleinsaucer.
Last week they had 4 drives of 10 plays or more. It's become a part of their offense now. Long drives and patient throws.
They're learning they can play without Randy.
Without the big play.
Exactly.
Ahmad Merritt is deep. From the 4, muffed it. And now nowhere to go, taken down inside the 15-yard line. Great coverage. Mo Williams on special teams. He does it all.
Randy Moss is right here. He's going to take the defense with you. Kleinsaucer's going to head right out there. And that's how simple it is. Everybody wonders where Randy is. He can be a decoy. People get attracted to him. You see the Bears go towards him. Kleinsaucer just finds the hole. Chris Hovan just making sure. Yeah, there we go. It's a touchdown.
This team suffered so much a year ago.
And this team's suffering now.
From the 14. Cordell trying to buy time and then throws it away.
I think as Cordell Stewart becomes more and more comfortable in this offense, and John Shoup becomes more and more comfortable with what he sees his quarterback do, the Bears will get better and better. But they've got to stay healthy up front. They're going to start to get some people back, hopefully, but it starts up front. But I think Cordell will grow into this offense.
9 years, 6 different offenses.
I mean, we talked to him last night. He looked at me like, yeah, here I go again. But he's managed to be a starter and handled it very well.
Well, he's got to pull a rabbit out of a hat right now. Des White. They get about 7. They keep him inbounds as Cordell underthrew that one. Chicago only with 1 timeout left.
Cordell's hurt.
Oh. Geez, the absolute last thing they needed. His backup is Chris Chandler. Behind him is Rex Grossman. There's the 16-year veteran out of the University of Washington. But behind that offensive line, if you don't have mobility, look out.
Lance Johnstone is the guy that, he looks like he got hit by his own man in the back of the head. Watch this as he's going down. There's somebody behind him. Bang.
He hits the hip of Aaron Gibson
with his head
and just snapped his neck. Wow.
The reason the Bears went out and got Cordell Stewart and let Jim Miller go is, one, Miller was often injured. We thought he was a terrific quarterback, but standing behind a wide open offensive line, he was a sitting duck. They wanted Cordell Stewart because obviously he can make plays by scrambling out of the pocket. His backup is Chris Chandler, a guy who is not going to make plays scrambling out of the pocket.
Well, and also I think it's going to take a while for John Shoup. It's the first time he's had a quarterback with mobility. Now, all of a sudden, Chris Chandler comes in. You don't change necessarily the passing game, but there are obviously run plays that Chris isn't going to take off and go with that you see Cordell do.
But this guy can still throw the football. He's always thrown one of the prettiest looking passes in the NFL.
Hey,
and
Paul,
he comes in a crunch situation.
I got a question for the master here.
Go for it.
Is this 4-down territory
Yes.
for the Bears?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes, why not?
Cordell has to come out for at least one play.
I don't think so.
They're 11 down.
Yeah, but you turn the ball over. You're 3rd down, and let's say it's incomplete. You go 3rd down and 4 here from your own 20-yard
Did you
line.
ask me the question so you can argue with me? Is that what you did? You asked me a question so you can disagree.
I'm
Because you
sorry.
knew I was going to say 4-down territory.
No, I was just curious. I really was. But I don't agree.
Well, that was a setup.
Oh, yeah, the old setup trick.
Chandler on 3rd and 4 and delivers.
See, 4-down territory.
Doesn't matter.
Well, they got it. This is their 4th play.
Nice toss to Desmond Clark. That's going to be a 1st down, and it's going to take it to the 2-minute warning before they can get another pass off. We'll see if Cordell comes back or Chandler stays on to try to be the hero.
Hey, my customers are on the way. Where's the key? Hello? Hello, where's the key? Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Where's the key?
If your walkie-talkie service is unavailable, bad things can happen. Now there's a push-to-talk from Verizon Wireless, brought to you on America's best, most reliable wireless network.
Can you hear me now?
So across the street and across the country, we mean business. Verizon Wireless, we never stop working for you.
With this computer, you can even edit and burn home movies on DVD.
That'll be great for the stuff we'll shoot on vacation.
Mm-hmm. Oh, where are you going? Rafting.
That's it, Larry. Good job, buddy. Keep that,
Where's Boo?
Did I mention you can edit stuff out? That'd be good.
Thousands of possibilities. Get yours. Best Buy.
Access NFL.com Field Pass and listen to live radio broadcasts of over 200 NFL games. Get your Field Pass today, only on NFL.com.
Stuart Scott and John Anderson standing by for Sports Center. What's going on there?
Touchdown, Stuart. Touchdown.
And they'll have all the day's action, not only in the NFL, but as we wind down to the pennant chase. And Cordell is still on the sideline with a strained neck is the diagnosis. Chris Chandler remains on at quarterback with 2 minutes to go in the game. Chicago down by 11.
But it was just kind of neat watching Chris Chandler come in the ball game. I mean, experienced quarterback, 3rd down and 4. Got to pick up the 1st down. Bam, just that quick. And he starts smiling because he know, I mean,
hasn't thrown the ball in an hour.
No,
threw a few at halftime.
He came in, he had a couple of throws, you know, about 10 yards before he took over.
A lot of work to do, not much time to do it.
Oh,
and
no.
Chandler intercepted. Picked off by Brian Russell. Russell back to the 30-yard line. His 2nd interception this season.
Had only one all of last year. You see the Vikings dropping back. He tries to force it up the field into the slot. Tries to get it to his tight end, Desmond Clark. Well underthrown, and the Vikes get to sit on this one now with the Bears having only one timeout left.
Well, there were 4 guys on Desmond Clark. There had to be somebody with one on somewhere in that deal. I don't care how good you are. That is one of the toughest situations you can ever come into in a ball game. You're down by 11. You got 2 minutes to go, and they want you to go in the ball game.
You're winging it, and they're miles back.
Ontario Smith just trying to protect the ball, gets inside the 30. And will the Bears spend their last timeout? Not yet. Let's take you back to our Sunday stud poll, and this is the way it should have turned out. Jamal Lewis, this will be the biggest runaway we've had in a poll this year. 82.5% after a record-setting 295 yards rushing.
He said he was going to do it. I mean, that is
amazing.
He said he was going to do it against the Cleveland Browns.
And how bad do you have to feel if you're on the Browns defense? A guy threatens to break the NFL record against you and then does.
At 182 in the first half.
I mean, that is unbelievable.
Well, the
Big
Vikings
smile on the face of Dante Culpepper, and why not?
I think the Vikings found out something about themselves in the last 2 weeks. They found out against the Green Bay Packers they could win it with big plays if people want to go man-to-man. What they found out tonight is they can also be a very patient offense, and that Dante Culpepper has reached the point where he can make very good decisions, not having to force the ball to Randy Moss.
They'll have to snap it one more time, and the Minnesota Vikings will get off to a 2-0 start with wins in the division and at Green Bay and against Chicago.
And they got Detroit next week.
They didn't look very good now. Detroit. That's the second pass he's completed to the referee.
The Minnesota Vikings came out hot early, then had to hang on and come back in the fourth quarter to win it 24-13. Could be an awful long season for the Bears, but the Vikings look very, very promising right now. The final 24-13 for Joe Theismann, Paul McGuire, Susie Colbert, and our entire ESPN crew. This is Mike Patrick. Good night from Minneapolis. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.
Life got simple the day I plugged into the big brown machine.
ESPN thanks you for watching this presentation of the National Football League.
He's too big, I know. He's not agile when it comes to shaking it up on the dance floor. The Vikings now 2-0, 24-13 final. Chicago has lost 9 straight on the road. Mo Williams' third career 100-yard rushing game, first in September 15th, 2002 against Buffalo. Dante Culpepper completed a pass to 9 different receivers.
And with that, hi and welcome to ESPN News, Clubbing with Keith Russell. I'm J.W. Stewart. And you know what?